Oh, we're skipping the intro because we skipped yesterday. So why make it? Why delay any more than we have to? I can live with this. I can roll with this. We can have some fun all around here. Turn that down. That'll probably help me out. All right, let me make sure these are off while people roll in because they're used to. Oh, he went live. I got a minute while this whole thing, it's 30 seconds, but people think they have a minute, but I figure I might as well get going. Oh, that is very, very up audioed on that. All right, I have a quick question on my. Okay, can't do that. Okay, never mind then. Cancel that. When Blaine's food truck is up and running, that is when we will vacation to the States. Well, I got a call from the inspector, not the inspector, the contractor, and he was like, "Hey, I'm reading your email, and I got the pipe fixed. That's no problem. But I want to clarify some of these things before I worry about." So we got clarification, which usually means that we are on the road to repairs. So smashing some windows and replacing them with some plastic. So hopefully that stateside vacation can occur over here. This year. That would be great. Also, Tanuki cup for the Tanuki sake. This is the way. This one's empty though, but you know what? I buy in bulk. Yeah, boy. I sound a lot better this evening. I would hope that every day I'm sounding better. I hope that every day is like a little closer to betterness. That's my constant improvement. One of my mottos. One of my deals. You know the Enso ring, that Japanese brushed circle. They just sort of, it's like a circle that they make with a brush where it's not quite perfect, but the whole point is that every time they make it, it gets a little bit closer to being a perfect circle. I love that mentality of constant improvement. You're gonna do the best you've ever done today, and tomorrow you're gonna still do even better. That's what I like. That's what I like to think. Yeah, Lucy, it's I'm stoked. I'm so stoked. Little psst. What's up, Pop? Oh, Pop. Pop and his trades talk. Oh, this is full. Hold on. I need all of my concentration on this one event. Let's not go too heavy on the sake now. I do like having a just straight up empty just down there. Kampai, everybody. Oh, man. You know what the best part about waking up to no internet and them saying, hey, you know what? You'll get internet at 5. Oh, you'll get internet at 8. Yeah, maybe. And then it just like pops back on at like 9:30. Is that I don't watch anime in a way that's like convenient for my phone. So I didn't watch anything yesterday, but today I did watch a show. We do have a review today. Is it warm? It is room temperature. It is 60 degrees Fahrenheit. 20 Celsius? I don't know, hold on. What is my room temperature? What is we'll say 65 because Waifu probably hit the thing. 65 F to C. Yeah, 18.3. So yeah, somewhere between 18 and 20 Celsius. That's how I typically drink my sake because I'm not super cranky and picky. If you have a really nice sake, like if you paid $50+ for a 2 liter or a 1.8 liter, like the big bottle, if that costs you over $50, I recommend drinking it chilled. Not like freezing cold, not like you would with some white wines, but like just in the fridge cold is okay. bring it out, let it warm up a little bit, and then drink it at that point. If you have some really awful sake, like if you have some like Gakaiken sells that 1.8 liter for $10 and you're supposed to cook with it, like, I'll drink it. But usually I'll only drink that if it's all that's left and I've warmed it up. Warming it up can make a bad sake not bad. So that's my recommendation there. And for and as far as heat goes, you're going to want to bring it up to about 50 degrees Celsius. That's a good temperature for Atsukan. That's the word for a hot sake. I think some places Atsukan is like technically 60 degrees Celsius, but 60 degrees Celsius in a liquid is like right on the verge of like, I don't know that I can drink this. But if you're going to be starting, you're okay starting with that way. Imperial for life. Imperial? You mean like spreading democracy of Super Earth? We can try. Chilled sake is the best sake. Backwards. The best sake is chilled. Is actually the way it typically works. Because when you heat up sake and you break down a lot of the proteins, it mellows out the flavor. So the beauty of it is you can take a really astringent bad sake and heat it up, and it mellows out all of those really astringent, very alcohol burny flavors, just kind of mellow out into a nice smooth sake. But with a really good sake, like the best sakes, you want to taste all of the different things that are going on. And by having it chilled, you're going to maintain all of the complexity of the flavor. So I would reverse your statement, but that's just me being hyper pedantic about my sake intake. Oh, man. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the one anime that I watched. I guess I don't need that on. I hope you enjoyed looking at... What is it looking at? Hold on. Okay. What do we got? So this... No? Okay, this right here. This is a... I guess I just back out slowly. So I got one of my files. I got my digital micrometer. And that's my space pen box. And I think this is the ridges of, yep, that's a measuring tape. So that's what you got to peek at over there. Yo, Vina. I'm going to try to say Vinny every time I look at your name, FYI. So just be ready for me to make that mistake. And now that I've preempted it, it's not my fault. Oh, the wrong way to use healing magic. I am on only episode 9, and that means I have essentially completed our flashback. And I think I figured out a better flashback option, because last episode it felt like a very jarring, like, what are we doing here? We know these people die. Like, her entire countenance is different, and we know that she has to get transformed. We know these people are gone, and we know that she doesn't work with the army anymore. We know all of these things. We've been hinted at. We've been told that. And no, I don't want the AI features. Thank you, Google. So we know where this is going, and we're getting 2 episodes of it, right? And we're getting 2 episodes of it as they are beginning their caravan to go out to fight the demons. And I'm not a fan of it, because as you may have noticed from a lot of my reviews, I like the mystery. I like being able to sort of make up a backstory, because I can have a backstory where she loses everyone, she's torn apart by like how bad it was, and it causes her to start the rescue corps, and like I get that, I paint that in my brain. And the physical you telling me and showing me exactly what happened, when it's literally just guys fight and die to demons, and then she feels bad about it because they still loved her. It's like, okay, yeah, I know this is what happened, but I feel like you're wasting time by showing it to me. And I think at the end, where we see her hurt and alone, and she's in her house, and the king comes, the paladin comes. They're saying, hey, you know what? You can't stay alone. And she's seeing the ghosts of her friends kind of walking around and enjoying their meals, and she's just crying, just dealing with this. And that moment of turnaround, I think, is what we needed to see. I do think that was an important thing to see. And I think that they just really just had a bumpy road getting to that moment. Like, she has her Goku seeing Krillin die moment when she's in the fight. But then, it amounts to what it amounts to. I think what would have been better is when she gave him the uniform. It's like, here is the uniform. And then said, you are the one that I have been searching for. I lost, and then just have her tell us the story, which is weird because it's a visual medium. But if we have her tell him the story, say, I lost all my men to a demon fight. Maybe we get a couple flashes of the demon fight while she's talking. And then she has to go to, and when I came back here and they weren't there, I was at my lowest. And I vowed at that moment that I needed to make sure no one else died. No one else I would lose. I sat here and like show us her there like crying, and then show us her like making that resolve and saying like, in order to do that, I need you. I needed someone like you, someone who has the same power as I do, someone who can get to the point where they won't die on the battlefield. And then have it just like, you could do that entire thing in the 10 minutes, like the back half 10 minutes of an episode. I don't think it had to be a 2-episode thing. And I think that's what my biggest upset is when it's fully like spelled out with like all the vivid detail. Here's the guy's slashes, here's the guy's sword. Because as soon as you see what she's doing, you're like, well, I mean, what if she had done this, or what if she had done that, or like, what if this had happened? Like, now I'm thinking of the what if versus her, like watching her deal with the what ifs. So I think that would have been
Hello.
great. Welcome, Serrano.
Yeah, I watched that episode as well. I think you're completely correct. I think the way you described it would be a better way to write it.
Yeah, I've been wrestling with it because you're like, this
they put
info is important.
they put themselves in this situation to have her deliver the backstory, like because they're on the way there. They don't have anything else to do. It's just her and him together, just like on the wagon for hours. So that is the place where you would be able to put
right,
like,
but more of a flashback, less of a like fading out and going to the flashback.
Because they did a full flashback episode where we just like skipped back. I don't actually know
how
much.
2 episodes. I think that's the biggest concern is it's like, did we need 2
I don't know how
of
much
these?
of that he actually knows. I don't know. It's like, I assume it's like her telling the story to him, but it's like we get the history moment.
Yeah, for all we know, they've just been sitting there in silence, and then he looks over, and she's like, I need you because you can't die, and like hits him. Like, that kind of deal.
Yeah, it feels kind of ambiguous. If you're trying to think into it.
For sure.
We can assume that he knows the story now, but
yeah,
how it's presented is like a little bit sloppy. I think it really exemplifies what the series is. It's like pretty decently written. It has some fine ideas. Characterization is pretty solid. I don't really hate any of the characters that we're working with at all. But it's not like a high quality writer that came up with something really good, had some really good writing moments, had some great ideas. It's just good to decent.
Yeah, for sure. Venus started Hokkaido Gals. It's really cute. Of course it is. Minami is best girl in that show.
Yes. I was gonna say, like, it's a totally fine show to start, but it's not really something I'd ever recommend to people because it just kind of exists.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, we've got all the lists today. So why is my hello? Oh, weird.
Yeah, I can hear you just fine here.
It's not you, it's my monitor.
I was gonna say, Dangers in My Heart is really good.
I
continue to keep watching that, and it's just got really good stuff. I can't remember if I said it like last a couple days ago, but I think the confession is taking a little bit too long to get there. But other than that, I think everything's really good. Like the wholesome moments between the 2 main characters, the fun bits the other characters get where they're the focus for a scene, blah blah blah. It's all really nice.
Gotcha.
Also, we get more side characters for Anna's modeling career because we get like characters that she like her coworkers basically, like her manager and her just other models she works with and alongside, and we get to see them just focus on them for a little bit and see what they're like. It's fun.
So you're saying there's a decent reason why it's on top.
Yeah.
Nice. The first time Krillin died fan site, the first one, where we don't know that he can just come
I
back.
have it rated as the second best show this season. I think, or third.
Yu-Gi-Oh reference nearly killed you. Well, stick around. Between fan site and Jemmy, we got some real duelists in the house. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Delicious Dungeon. Just Time for Torture and Side Effects are my top 3, and then I have Dangers of My Heart as the 4th and the top sequel, not continuation.
Cool.
Yeah, I really like it.
All right, anime corner. Oh, it must just be the headset. The one headset is really loud. The other one's not. Okay. How is Ragnar Crimson still up there? We always hate that. But Dangers in My Heart sitting at 11.01. Come on, guys. 0.1% more, and we could have had the perfect number straight across 11.11. Would have been all we needed. Where the real question here, we got Sign of Affection up here. Chain Soldier here. Okay.
I'm actually quite surprised so many people kept up with 7th Time Loop Villainous and like just say that, yeah, this is one of my top shows. Yeah, it's like
you guys
totally
are saying
fine.
It's good though, right? Like
yeah, it's totally fine, but it's like I wouldn't really rate it much higher than Healing Magic. I wouldn't really put it much better than that.
Gotcha.
And it's just like one of the most watched shows this season, which is just funny. I think that
funny.
just speaks to how strong
that villainous archetype
right
show.
now.
Yeah.
How strong the genre is right now. That it's getting
because even Villainous 9-9 is down here, right? Like it's right outside the top 10.
I like Villainous 9-9 a little bit more, but it had a lot more weaknesses where people would drop it. That'd be just like, sure. I'm done with the show. This show's dumb.
Oh, Veritax, you caught up on Skimichi? Because I finally caught up on Monday. I'm happy with Skimichi. I am. 12th. I'm okay with that. That's all right. Hokkaido
we're
Gals?
Definitely gonna keep seeing like villainous reincarnation stuff. That's not going away for years.
Have you watched any of the Ninja Kamui one that popped up?
Nope, nothing.
Yeah, I saw it pop up and I was like, ninja.
I probably won't. I'm still working on my Next Fest stuff. I'm gonna try to be shooting more of the stuff this weekend.
Oh,
maybe not even like just this weekend, but like tomorrow and through the weekend.
Yeah. Let's see. Tales of Wedding Rings is down there. That makes sense. It's beating Sasuke and Peep by a tiny bit. Fluffy Paradise, Ishura, Metallic Rouge. Who do you say? Buchigiri? Question mark. I still don't even know if I know what Buchigiri means. I'm surprised it's above Sengoku Yoko with the anime corner crowd. That shocks me. I think the anime corner crowd would have ranked that a little higher. But they're,
Snag Bossway tied for last.
Oh, yeah, 0.13s across the board on the bottom here.
I think people really dismiss Time for Torture Princess way too quickly.
Probably was that, because for me, that first episode, I was like, this is fun, but I don't know if I can do an entire season of this.
And then you watch
the second episode, yeah, and you're like, ooh, fun. Dangers again, clean sweeping over it. Dangers in My Heart.
Because I mean, the way Time for Torture Princess works, obviously the same thing happens in our episode, but it's just the characters are fun to be with, and it's really goofy and enjoyable. Just the lively setting. And it's like if you watch the first episode, I guess you could be like, I don't really care about this, but also I'm surprised that there's so few people that have watched it.
For sure. It's just fondue.
I know she's not talking about me.
You're making me jealous. I said she likes your voice too. Oh, well, thank you. I mean, which voice works best? I've got a few. All right, well, let's see. Solo leveling, just how? Like solo leveling is
I'd
proof
recommend
that you
solo
can
leveling
just
over Ragnar and Crimson.
you can just like you can like bot farming works. Like that's what solo leveling is. Like if enough people just say good show, people are just like, oh yeah, good show, everybody.
I really think there's no reason you'd watch Ragnar and Crimson, like seriously, because I can point to well animated fight scenes in soul leveling, and I watched like I skimmed through the next like 2 episodes of Ragnar and Crimson. It doesn't exist. I don't know if it exists later, but there isn't good fight scenes in Ragnar and Crimson. It looks like hot ass. Ragnar and Crimson looks like a terrible show. It just visually sucks so much, but
For
it still
sure.
gets people watching it.
I haven't even seen hype for it. That's the other weird thing.
Yeah,
like at least solo leveling, I've seen hype for it.
You've had years of hype for soul leveling before it ever got adapted because people were waiting for it to get adapted.
For sure. But like where did Ragnar Crimson like just build their following?
I'd never heard of it before I saw it was coming out in a season. I'd heard of Hell's Paradise before, but I had no idea what it was. I just knew that it was a popular show that people talked about.
2 weeks at number 6 for Hokkaido Gals.
And I can at least understand the hype because the setting's good and it ends in a pretty a timely manner. It does not like go on forever.
Ooh, wrong way.
It has some qualities.
Delicious, moving up just outside the top 10. Like to see it. Dr. Eris, Gushing, Chained. 2 weeks at 14. Moving down on Skimichi, I see.
Yeah, the Ragnar Crimson was last season or whatever. Or was it 2 seasons ago? It's actually longer back than just 1 season. It wasn't here last season.
I have a semi-mid-pitch voice, which gets deeper when I'm sick. Sick Blaine. Yeah, if I get it sick enough, maybe I can start doing a Steve Blum accent. If I can just find that. Because it's not too deep. It's just a little bit of deep. When you're talking about what's coming next on Toonami. We've got
Auburn Blaine still in redhead denial.
I am in redhead denial. How is this red?
Did you see the video I sent you?
In what world is this red? Yeah, the one where I'm like screaming about cards because I hate greeting cards.
Yeah, because you were red.
Yeah, I like hate with a passion greeting cards.
It looks like you dyed your hair. That's how red it was.
Especially when it's like, I'm gonna say Waifu did some color stuff on that video, but especially like cards that you don't get at the dollar store. Blaine a name of Irish origin? I don't think so.
Doubt it.
I thought it was just British.
Yeah,
Gaelic and Scottish. Yeah.
Oh,
it means yellow. Apparently.
Yellow belly no good. Downtrodden anime watching a slime.
It's the anglicized version of the old Irish word bleh, which translates to yellow.
Bleh.
The name came to exist through the 6th century Scottish Saint Blaine. That's it. I am named after Saint Blaine from now on, with 2 A's. Saint Blaine.
What color is piss there? Bleh.
Bleh. Bleh. Look at all the bleh flowers.
Look at all that bleh.
Bishop and Confessor.
Stop blehing in the river.
Died in 590. His feast is kept on the 10th of August. Whoa. That's a summer luau feast if I ever saw one. What does Saint Blaine look like? Give me a painting. Somebody. Dunblane? Blaine's Well. And also a place in the neighborhood called Garkatoon, which might be named after his uncle Saint Cathan. Wait, what the heck? What was going on in Scotland in 590? Like, what?
Saint Cathan. Saint Piss.
Like, according to, like, Roman history, I feel like they thought they were all just barbarians up there, right?
Oh, they were.
Born on the Isle of Bute. What the hell's the Isle of Bute? Butt Island.
It's not even an island. It's just, or actually, maybe it is.
I think it's like legally an island. Like it appears to be maybe separated up here.
It looks like seasonally it would actually be connected to the mainland.
Welcome our Scottish on the ground reporter, Lucifer. Vote should Blaine call this Saint Blaine's Escape Corner? No, we can't do that. 590 was the year. Oh no!
He's gone.
Oh no! Poor Colorblind Blaine can't see his obviously flaming Cortez hair. I ain't got no Cortez hair. Get out of here with that. Is Restream broken?
No, just you.
just him. Uh-oh. Baby name meaning. Whatever. Owain Maburin succeeds his father Urien as the Bithronic king of Reg, North England. I see. What's up, tits and ray guns?
I'd probably just say Urian.
Yeah, you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Get that Texas twang on you.
Owain
Yeah, Ryan.
Urian.
Yeah, Ryan.
Brythonic, king of Reged, Northern.
Hey, what's up, Lucy Lemonbug? How's your evening going? The real shit day went out is 1746. What? For the Scots? Lucy, we're doing Scottish history at the same time that we're looking at anime.
Because Blaine just learned where his name came from.
Yeah, apparently there's a Scottish saint, Blaine. And then I think Lucifer, the 8'7" giant, was going to come on and tell us about the Claymore wielding Scots. Wednesday? It's Wednesday brackets because I've redacted the thurs of today, so.
I don't know how that's supposed to work, but okay.
But whenever you like you read something that's been quoted for somebody and they want to like update the word so that it makes sense, they put it in brackets. This is 6-7. I'll get it one of these days. Justin Casto cut Satan's internet. It's true. It's that Canadian hate speech policy is keeping Lucifer off my off the stream. Every time he comes on, it's just like, no, he can't. Doesn't get to talk. Firefighter Daigo. I forget that it's still ongoing. JFC, Japanese fried chicken. It's my favorite kind. They do a triple fried chicken. Learning about history and anime? Yeah, we learn about everything around here. The beauty of anime and the beauty of games and escapism is the tangential learning that comes from enjoying it. You watch a show like Shogun, for example, and you're like, wow, this is really cool. This is really interesting. And then you look up and you're like, loosely based off of real people. And you're like, oh, who are the real people? And then you can actually learn about William, the first guy to become a samurai who wasn't born in Japan, who helped Tokugawa build boats. And he loves that. It's great. I love the tangential learning.
Speaking of that, EU5, Europa Universalis 5, is probably going to be announced this year.
Ooh.
Yeah, the sequel to a long-time, very popular Paradox game. It's one of my favorites,
I think it's on my wish list from you just telling me about it.
Yeah.
Is that on HBO? I don't know. I'm not watching it.
Oh, yeah, you can play that multiplayer, too.
I'm not watching Shogun. I don't need to watch fake Japanese history.
Also, you don't actually need to own the DLC if you play with somebody else. You can just have them. You have the other person own it, and you're good.
Oh, nifty! It doesn't like just kick you out or lock.
Yeah,
you
if you do pick up just the base game, it should be on sale right now too for like $10.
Oh goodness, I love corned beef and cabbage on St. Patty's Day.
Oh, I love corned beef so much.
Corned beef, cabbage, Irish car bombs. I am there. Trying to figure out if you should make your corned beef or get a Reuben from Arby's. Oh man, make your corned beef. You got a crock pot. I know you do. Just put in that slow cooker. Just get a slow cooker one, so you don't gotta worry about it. History anime like Meiji Gekken. Yeah, corned beef better win.
Corned beef is like one of my favorites.
Better be a photo
man.
of my church. It is. It's a photo of St. Blaine's Church. There's just 2 walls. That's all we need. 2 walls for the church.
You don't need 5 walls or anything.
Yeah,
like
goodness.
That's for the rich people. That's for the Englishmen.
You don't believe in the power of God to keep you safe? You need more walls? What's going on, Brandon? Buttload of horseradish. Yeah, horseradish makes everything better on St. Patty's Day. All right. I want to see the sign of affection. Sign of affection, I really thought it would have dipped a bit more in the middle here. I am very pleased to see this this shallow curve.
And it's just that
overall.
good. That's all there is to it.
2 beautiful walls, and the Romans paid for them. Let's see. Delicious in dungeon. All over the boys. Okay. Some episodes people didn't like as much. Did I just call Brandon QAnon? No, I said Brandon. Brandon.
You said what's going on?
What's QAnon?
Vertex, like, I don't know. I don't know what you're
Ask your wife what I said. This makes the most sense of anything I've seen. Sengoku Yoko here. Yeah, this show exists. Hey, it's not bad actually. No, still good. No, this show sucks. Oh, it's gonna be great. God dang it. Oh, it's fun. The 3s for those dang Englishmen. Skimichi all over the place makes sense. Solo leveling. This isn't what I signed up for. Oh, maybe this will be fun. Look at all the blood. Oh, this is taking forever. Oh, look, he's doing his levels. Oh, this
how
is
do
stupid.
you even achieve that?
And they're coming almost back down to where they started. Like, they're coming back down to 30. That's great.
So is it like people take a week off or whatever, and then they watch and they're like, this fucking sucks.
Oh, not again. Your ears haven't been hearing well lately?
It's
Ooh,
terrible.
Keep an eye on your eustachian tubes. I don't want you getting an ear infection or anything like that. Oh, you mongrels. How could you do... Who would put episode 1 in the 30s? And then be like, oh, you know what? It's not bad, actually. And then bring it. Oh, this better keep a climbing. Come on. Protestant churches in Ireland, just a windbreak and a Bible. We don't need no cathedral. Chain soldier. That makes sense. Because this is more of a percentage of people actually watching it and voting for it, I would say, here at Chain Soldier. 'Tis time for Torture Princess, Metallic Rouge. Been on a steady decline.
Yeah, I really think a lot of people saw that once they got to like the episode 4 or 5 where you were talking about. It's like, oh no, this is kind of stupid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because that is a steady decline.
It's so consistent that it doesn't even really surprise me. It's like as soon as it finishes airing, they need to release Metallic Rouge Brotherhood where they redo it without the delays. Like, let's just get to it, right?
Sasuke
and
half
Peeps
of
make
every
me
episode
sad.
are good, except for episode 3.
Buchigiri is the most misunderstood show of the season. Look at this. Look at this wild jump. They went up to 28.
Oh, yup. That was right after episode 6, dude. Exactly how I felt. That's exactly how I felt. Because I was like, episode 6, okay, we're going somewhere. Episode 7, exact same thing we were at before. That's exactly how I felt, dude.
Oh, that's funny. All right, let's rank some waifus. Toggle dark mode. Who would do that? There we are. My account. Oh no, not the F1 predictions. That's next week. No race this weekend. Don't worry, everybody. No, I don't want to. Oh, dang it. Presentation mode. I had half of mine to add the teacher from Hokkaido Gals, because there's that one scene where she like grabs the papers and uses her hip to like kind of like hitch them up, and I was like, why are we looking at this? Do I need to add this to the waifu chart? What happened yesterday? I woke up and I had an email from Xfinity that was like, we have an outage in your area. And I looked and it was like, sure as shit you do. Nothing's working. And it went until, it was supposed to go till 5, and then it ended up going until like almost 9 o'clock. So that's what happened to yesterday.
And he's like, I don't care.
Yeah, I was like, well, I really wanted to talk on, Lofty had his little Akira Toriyama panel, and I want to talk about how Akira Toriyama like expresses motion in like a static manga panel by unbalancing the way that the panel looks. Yeah, I probably have it.
Oh yeah, like slanting the panel and stuff like that. Like
yeah, and you like
shapes.
it feels like it moves.
And that's like that is an old thing that he probably came up with stuff like that too.
Easily.
Because like he was one of the OGs of just creatives.
Yeah, it's like he drew the picture and then figured out where the panel would line up after the fact. Here. Like this is one of my favorite examples is Goku using the power pole against Yamcha, and like on this middle panel the power pole is extending forward, and like with the line work helps, but just the way that this trapezoid is like misshapen on the page makes it feel like it's coming at you. And so when you see later that it's whacking him in the tummy, you're like, not only did he poke him with it, he's also like extending it into him. It's really, really great. I do have a lot of heart space
like,
for anime.
Just really good paneling. Like, I think that's something people probably is important to pick up on. Because having just like
the
standard
initial
panel size really stifles how much you can do with the medium.
Yeah. Initial D is the other one, I think. I need to read MF Ghost, or at least get a couple of volumes and see if that's similar.
Because I know you showed me stuff like from Initial D before in terms of like how they go with their big full like panel,
like curves
like,
around
thing.
and then it shows like them in the car. Like it's so fun.
It's like super unique.
Yeah. Okay, did we add anybody? Nobody from there. Oh wait, do we have more Torture Princess characters?
Not really.
Or
but the
Vanilla?
mom showed up.
Oh, I don't have that one. Foolish Angel. Okay, then we'll focus on movements. Emma. I appreciate Emma. In the Skimichi show. She gets so little screen time. It's hard for her to really rise above. But once you get her into a room and she's like part of the show, you forget she's a pig. Waifus are cringe. Shut up.
How about we ban you first, huh?
This
is the whole reason we're alive, man.
This is the only thing we've got. It's important to be able to objectively look at what a show portrays as what is positive in a female, in a male if you're talking husbandos, and to be able to argue for what makes them good or bad, so you can identify in your own brain the different characteristics and traits that you actually are looking for. You'll find that a lot of my waifu rating pairs straight along with my actual wife being the S+ tier, as far as like what moves you up or down in the ranking. So it's a valid and valuable exercise. Just kidding. Well, I hope you enjoyed your little rant.
Shut up,
I hope you're happy.
silly woman.
Oh,
I
what
hope
is
you're
it?
happy. I hope you get somebody nice to live with. I hope that for myself as well.
I hope we.
That's why we're doing this. This
is why we're
it's an
doing it. We gotta
exercise.
practice now. Gotta practice.
Also, yeah, to answer
What are you gonna
Andrew
do?
Clark,
Just start
the
swiping
reason-
on Tinder without having an idea for what's on tops and what's on bottoms? No, no, you gotta identify.
You gotta understand the human condition, man.
Yeah.
I was gonna say to answer Andrew Clark, I think there are so many massive sequels next year that a lot of people actually dodge the season. There are some good stuff we found later on, like farther down the list, like stuff that got announced later or whatever. It wasn't as popular, but there is so many great sequels and popular sequels. A lot of people probably did not want to be in the same season as them. There were shows that probably couldn't make it in time for like the winter season, but they're gonna bet on the summer season instead. Something like that.
I'm moving Sayuri up. Her ability to be open and honest with main boy was refreshing. That was a pro sweaty gamer girl move. If I ever saw one. I really respect you guys because I see like you guys doing this, and I want to be that way too. Oh, you can be that way too. It's like, well, it's hard for me to do. And just being like real honest with someone, I was like, that's amazing. Plus, they played freaking Animal Crossing, and it was adorable.
Yeah, being able to act vulnerable is really important in a relationship because you have to trust this person.
For
You're gonna be around them for the rest of your life. Say like you get married, you have to be able to trust them. If you can't open yourself up to
you open yourself
hurt,
up to somebody and then they go badmouth you to their friends, that's not gonna fly. You gotta have that trust level there.
Yeah, and you don't want to figure that out after it's too late. You don't want to figure that out after you get married. You know?
As a partner, sure, but what about as a narrative tool? Fondue, when you make the narrative tool female character tier list, we will rank as narrative tools. But that seems like a hard one to do just because so many characters do what they're supposed to do in the show, but I don't like them, like they're really garbage people.
That's
and
why all of the people from Ashura are down at the bottom. That's like all of them
like
are at the
Mahoro, I hate her as a person, but like as a MacGuffin for our main character to be lusting after, she works perfect. I am not a fan of Emma either. I find that timid attitude just to that clinging on, that like won't let go. I think that's bad. You need to learn to let go, learn to move on. I think that's a bad trait as a human, but it works really well in the show. So I think that'd be a hard thing to tier out. It would literally be like just how much screen time somebody got, honestly, at the end of the day.
Yeah, like Emma has an extremely unhealthy outlook on life, but in terms of her place in the story, she fulfills it. Like she does what she's supposed to. Because she's not supposed to be a good person. She is who she is. Like she has her problems that she has to overcome. These are not like qualities we want to encourage, though. But people like this do exist, and we're not like gonna ignore that. Yeah.
Is narrative tool code for something? I don't think so. Unless Fondue's like, bro, narrative tool just means I don't know. Unless it doesn't mean narrative tool. But I think that's what it means.
I assume it's more of a joke.
Sequels are really popular too. Yeah. And that's what it is, Andrew Clark. It's the fact that the sequels that are coming out are the crazy popular
We have My Hero, we have Mushoku Tensei. Like those are two of the biggest isekais. Or sorry, not isekais, shonens.
Yeah, between Konosuba, Mushoku, Demon, Slime, this entire top row is like returning shows. People are waiting. They can't wait. They're going to watch it. They're excited for it, right? Next row, we get Kaiju number 8. That's like, all right, cool. Awesome. We're excited for that. And then right back into Misfit number 2. On the fence because Spice and Wolf, like it is a retelling, so it's kind of remakey, but it's not fully. And then Blue Lock is a second, or it's a movie, and then Data Live with another season as well. again, another season here, another season here. And if you're like, oh, I want to make a love story, like a nice Yuri love story that we can all watch, then Andrew Clark can be like, it's not Yuri. I'm just teasing. You know, and it's like, well, I mean, I guess that's a reason to watch a show that isn't one of these recurring ones. I tried.
There's so many returning action shows. There's no room for new ones.
And not even that, though. Like, Laid Back Camp, Giaz, Bochi, Hibiki. Like,
well, and Bochi's just a compilation, so I don't really count. But yeah.
Oh, that's right. It's just redoing it. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Your fingers crossed that Spice and Wolf was good. Who is doing it? Who is doing Spice and Wolf? Passion. I do like Studio Passion. Let's pull up there. Where's my studios? They did Yuri Is My Job. Love Flops.
Oh.
Meiruko. Island of Giant Insects had some wonky animation, but it wasn't the worst thing ever. God Eater, they did Citrus. I think they'll do fine. Roka, Braves of the Six Flowers. Actually, it's not Yuri because they haven't performed the ceremonial claims. Correct. Identifying genre content isn't a character flaw. I didn't say it was a flaw. Pride cometh before a flaw, I guess, on this one. Oh, did we break through the Canadian? Oh no. Now the camera's black. Come on, Canada.
No.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yay! Hooray!
you. Who cares?
Bacon.
But somehow you're a blank screen. I don't know.
Yeah,
you and
okay.
Jemmy are the only ones who have ever been able to do this.
This is so silly.
Oh, it's wild. It's all because of your dang hate speech laws. They're like, oh, we better
I agree.
You're getting precogged right now. Oh my goodness. Oh, how's your week?
How's my week?
Yeah,
Oh
have
my God.
have you had an okay week or a
No,
rough week? Or
I've had. It's been terrible, dude.
Well, that's good that you're
I'm
now.
well, trying to sell everything and doing all the trying to make sure my stepdaughter is taken care of and she can deal with her shit with her boyfriend and still be able to take care of herself. It's so weird trying to be a dad to a girl that is not actually your daughter, but at the same time you're trying to be helpful to her. It's so weird. It's weird. Yeah. And also my own drama. So
right.
Yay!
Well,
Russian Badger just invited me to play.
Okay, I mean let's be straight. Let's be straight
Hey.
though. You can't be a worse father than Omni-Man.
Okay. Oh well. You mean are you talking about?
Yeah, you can't be a worse father than Omni-Man from Invincible.
Well, hey man, Omni-Man decided to leave the planet
Omni-Man
right
tried to kill
after beating his
son almost to death.
almost to death. Yes. Okay, so that's a low bar to set. Thanks, Serranos.
But you can clear that.
Yeah. my favorite line to my stepdaughter was, if you go on fucking OnlyFans, I will beat you to death.
Yeah.
That's
Sometimes you do have to be the Omni-Man.
you will not only not be a family member of mine, but I will make sure you die.
Yeah, it's like, here's the deal. You may go on OnlyFans and you may post stuff and your life may seem okay, but later in life, you're going to have problems. So to bypass that time, I'll just be the problem.
Yes, exactly. Yes, and and she even laughed in my face about it and said, "Yeah, I won't do it, but please don't make that an issue." And I said, "Well, how about this? It is an issue, so just not worry about that then. Just
Yeah,
go,
exactly.
just go about it as if that's not that's not an option. That's not an option."
Exactly.
And
Because
and
it's
she
not an option.
I'm gonna say I'm really proud of her. She's gotten a job that's really smart for her. She's doing heavy equipment operating, and
Nice.
she's gotten her husband, her boyfriend that who is a really good guy, has an excavation company, and
Mhm.
they do heavy equipment working.
I
So
thought you were just gonna say he's forklift certified. I was like, yeah, that checks out.
no, but his whole family does like excavation for Vancouver Island. So
That's
it's like
awesome.
the perfect combo. So don't do the OnlyFans. That's all you got to do, and I'm
Yep.
proud of you.
You said you're selling a bunch of stuff. Are you taking that job that's making you move, or?
Yeah, well, no, the farm's on for sale.
Oh,
Yeah, I can't afford to
keep up a
keep it
farm.
going. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just by myself. It's just too much money, but at the
That
same
makes
time,
sense.
I can sell it for 1.6 million,
People do not understand what it actually takes to run
and
a farm
I
if they haven't
can.
done it.
Yeah, it is, dude. It's by myself being a single guy.
Mhm.
It's just not. I can't be stupid and just pretend like I can be a Superman. It and
For
it
sure.
created too much drama and too much stress on my life. So, oh, buy a place that's like 600,000 and throw a whole bunch of money into my bank account.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the only people I know that have farms that enjoy the farms are people that have like Eastern Washington giant chunks of land and they lease the farmland to farmers.
Yeah.
Like they
Yes,
they don't do the farming, right?
that's literally what
Exactly.
my mom and her family did in their Saskatchewan land is
Yeah.
they rented it out to all the farmers around, and they would take a percentage of all the profit.
Yeah, just
So
run. Yeah.
I can't do that.
No, I
I can't
figured it.
do that.
Dude,
And I wish I was, it's one of those things where you think you're a big man and you can take over any kind of situation. I can't.
yeah.
And it was too much. So
Dude,
now
I
I'll
got
just
a
be realistic.
yeah. Like so I have a rental property, right? And beginning of this year I get this letter from the mortgage company. It's like, "Oh, we had an escrow shortfall. We need an extra, I think it was like $3,000." And I was like, the fuck do you need $3,000 for in an escrow shortfall? And they're like, well, here's what your new property tax, my property taxes
Yes.
doubled.
Oh,
Yes.
Jesus.
My rental immediately went from like I made some money to I made no money. And I was like, oh shit. And then like this week I've had like 4 different roofers out. And like I'm just it's fucking cooked, man. Like I got one bid at like 15 grand, another bid at 26 grand, and I'm like, what does that mean? Why is there a 10 grand difference between these two people? So I got other people coming out to take a look too, but it's just like
Dude,
you're
property
like,
tax.
oh look, this thing that'll make me money is gonna be great, and then
Yes,
it's just
and then
it's
it
just
becomes
not.
a shortfall in your life.
Yeah.
Yes, the property tax on Vancouver Island went from 12% to 21%.
Oh,
So
what?
so if your place is worth 800,000 or 1.8 million,
That's
like,
crazy.
yeah, it's disgusting. Oh, and then Justin Trudeau says, yeah, we're going to increase gas prices another like 30 cents a liter. It's like, what are you fucking? I know.
You can't keep up with that. That's insane.
I know this is
Yeah.
goofy, but Lucy Lemon Bug was like, Mike, you should move out to the States. I'm like, oh, I don't want to move out to the States. I love living in Canada. I'm starting
That's
to think about
so
moving out to
Yeah,
Montana.
like I don't know what
Sorry.
state's the most Canadian. Montana.
Probably yeah, I was gonna say Montana, or
Yeah.
if you want to be more like Toronto, you could go to Detroit.
Yeah, well, it's so well. I want to still live my life, but fuck, thank you, life, for
Yeah,
for
exactly.
being so expensive. Yes, and also I'm kind of retarded when it comes to the amount of food I eat. I love eating amazing food, so it's expensive.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
although to be fair, the way you make your food also makes it less expensive than other people.
Well, yes, but
that helps.
you know, but that's one of the things about living in a place where people go hunting all the time, and
Yeah.
I'm very like, you know, I spend a lot of time.
Yeah, if you want to live in that like same type of community, like very rural hunting communities, there's definitely plenty of that in the US.
Yeah, I know. Lucy Lemonbug is kind of making me want to think about moving to Montana.
Yeah, if you want to still be cold, yeah, you can also go
Yeah.
to a temperate area.
Dude, I grew up in Alberta, in Edmonton, Alberta, where
Where-
it was minus
Where Pop is always
30.
freezing.
Yes, exactly. Pop, but trust me, Pop and I know how to deal with cold weather.
Okay.
And
Hey, it
that's
doesn't mean you want to, though.
well, that's why I moved out to Vancouver Island.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's a temperate rainforest.
Okay, which
Oh,
one?
hey, Sparkles.
Yeah, Sparkles made it.
Yeah, Western
Yay.
Oregon and like or Washington / Seattle. Those are very similar environments in terms of like just like Vancouver Island.
Yes.
What is it? What kind of character class do I need here? Oh, it's an actor. Okay.
Why don't I have a what's it called,
A little
picture
image?
up?
Dude, I have no idea.
A profile picture.
I honestly, I
You're
think
not
it's...
on the YouTube thing. I'm not even up.
Yeah, you aren't.
Oh,
That's
that's
how it
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because on the backside, for me, you're just a black box, and like on the side, you're just a black box.
Yes, yes, I see that. Yeah,
it's just wild. I'm gonna say
I'm
it works.
Try to, you know what? I'm gonna connect my my camera and see what happens.
We'll see. We'll find out. Can you make that happen, G? Wait, what is G making it? Maybe if Orange Man come back, he can send the CIA to take care of a certain we can hold on. Where is it?
He's just trying to ruin as much as he can before he loses office.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, that's what I'm doing. There you go. It's up. Hey, Lucy, come here.
Come here, Lucy.
Come here, Lucy. Come here.
We'll have to break this old beauty out. Finally put it to use.
Oh,
Oh, the puppies. There we go. Now everybody can see the puppies. We got Lucy in the masturbatorium over there.
Yeah, exactly. No doubt. Wow, you guys never seen my face before?
Never seen your house, no.
Yeah, full on face reveal.
So what's the thing you got in the background, like the tree?
Yeah, what is?
Well, that's over my my DJ setup.
Okay.
Oh,
God, we lost him.
He falls over and dies.
I did.
No. Because you sent me a picture of some art. Is that art you did? It's like that tree shape. I think I remember that.
Oh yeah, you said you want to like get inspiration for doing some anime art. painting or whatever?
What? Me?
Lucifer.
Oh, I don't know. I just know that he
Yes.
sent me the
No, yeah, I want some something anime that I can use as an influence to do my next painting.
Oh,
Mm.
nice.
That's my DJ setup.
Oh, here
I
we
could
go.
probably
Here
grab
we
you
go.
something from Heavenly Delusion. It looks pretty
Boom,
awesome.
boosh, boo. Heavenly delusion.
Yeah,
Don't give him heavenly delusion. I mean,
why not?
I get okay. I
And
guess
it's basically post-apocalypse Japan setting.
yeah, and it has a bit of that like that classic '50s pop punk feel a bit. Magus
Also has
Pride.
it has a lot of cool monster
Maybe.
designs too.
Sent the idea in the anime channel. Okay. Pull up the Discord so everybody can hear my Discord bleeps and bloops.
No.
It's everyone's favorite part of the show.
Blaine's escape corner is when Blaine opens Discord. It's beep beep beep. every single message he gets. Every single message.
It's okay. I've disabled the audio coming through for the stream, so.
Okay.
Oh, Future Trunks transforming to Super Saiyan. This guy. SSJ. He's a sad boy in the rain. Sad boy, sad boy. Angry boy.
Oh, I like that.
Gohan's deed.
I like that.
He got deaded.
Classic anime stuff.
One of my favorite ones that my friend from Edmonton sent me was when Vegeta was doing the fucking what was that super like a god damn it. It was
Where he's
God
crying in the
damn.
rain? That one?
no when he
Oh.
was standing up when he was way up in the air and he was about to blow away Boo.
Mm-hmm.
It was what attack was that?
The Final Flash?
Final Flash, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Sorry.
Oh, don't apologize.
Yeah, I'll apologize whenever I feel like it. How
All
about
right.
that?
You Canadians.
As long as it's your choice and not mine.
Yeah. It'll always be my choice.
Did I actually?
Fuck off, Sparkles. You're the gayest one in the entire group here.
Miss
So
Sparkles
simmer
got
down.
Gallic Gun or Big Bang Attack? No, Final Flash, Jimmy.
No.
Come on, get it right.
Final Flash, yes.
All right. I want to know
Yeah,
everything that has to do with Rays.
where he's like, oh, Final Flash.
Yeah.
Fuck. You could, as a kid, when I was like 12 years old, seeing Vegeta do that, and he's like this little tiny boy up there just about to wipe out an entire planet. Oh, God. Anime blew my mind and changed my life as a kid. I'm so glad we have this kind of community.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad anime exists and that it continued to exist and didn't like disappear in some guy's garage.
No, it's one of the greatest like artistic like mind like how do you describe the easiest way to get like points across more than anime? Anything that you want to say or want to like portray to people, anime has that ability for you. It's great.
For sure.
Like you don't have to get you don't have to hire people to be your actors and spend like hours and hours and hours telling them how to do something. No, draw them. Just draw them.
For sure.
Just it's like comic books. It's okay. This is what I want. I draw that. That's what I want. Boom, boom, boom.
You can't make anime on yourself, but you can make a manga by yourself.
Yes.
For me, it was always just that you had an animated medium that was able to tell any story you wanted that wasn't just, kids shows, which is, I think, how a lot of people got into sort of the anime in the first place. They're like, oh, look, cartoons that are violent and bloody, and they're doing stuff that like kids shows wouldn't. And I was just like, this is just so much more intriguing, so much more interesting, because you can draw, like you said, anything.
Anything.
Whatever and you're never watching it going like, wow, the technology really hasn't allowed them to make a good dragon. You're just like, damn, look at that dragon.
Yes. I saw Fist of the North Star in the 80s. And
That's crazy.
that show is like, okay, how do you get better than this? And then Dragon Ball Z came out. And Dragon Ball. I got to see Dragon Ball, and it was a funny ass. Oh my god, Akira! God damn it! How did Can we all just appreciate Akira Toriyama being an amazing person, and thank you very much for all the work that he did.
For
Jesus
sure.
Christ.
I think that's
People trash him on the internet because he did, some stuff that people just don't like nowadays.
What do people not like?
The black guy,
Oh, Mr. Popo
Mr. Popo,
or the
Mr.
policeman?
Popo.
Hold on, where's the policeman?
Can we all agree that Dragon Ball Abridged made Mr. Popo amazing and
For
probably
sure.
one of my favorite characters of all time?
Mr. Popo.
I remember I did a big DJ party when we had a whole bunch of producers in from the UK that were hanging out at my apartment, and we all watched Dragon Ball Abridged before we went to the show, and none of them had ever seen Dragon Ball before, and they thought that was actually what Dragon Ball was, what it was. So they were talking about it. It's like Dragon Ball Z is the coolest shit ever, and they were all talking about Mr. Popo and fucking Nappa, and oh God, what we lived a blessed life. Seriously,
For sure, dude. The Toonami block. I can't imagine not having that.
Wait, what's that other show with the fighting what's it called, tournaments? It was
Yu Yu
Hakusho.
For sure.
Yes. Oh my
Let's
god.
say Naruto.
What a great show.
Abstract? Wait, Returns of some.
Yu Yu Hakusho. I wonder, is Yu Yu Hakusho and Dragon Ball Z the reason why One Punch Man exists? Because
for sure. If that guy doesn't say that he's got
I think Dragon Ball Z is one of the biggest, yeah.
Well, yeah. But Yu Yu Hakusho, in comparison to like the One Punch Man, like that fighting tournament, that seemed like the dark tournament or whatever the fuck that was, where the guy with the sunglasses was fighting against Yu Yu, or what's his name? Oh my god,
Yusuke.
Yusuke Urameshi.
3D vector. Text string. Name float.
And of course the guy with the red hair that was always beating on him, and everybody thought was like a pure like
Kuwabara.
Dude,
his in that live action they did, that's the guy having the most fun.
Wait, they did a live action.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. No, and it is a bunch of Japanese people like wearing like cosplay, just having a blast.
Okay.
God, like it's hilarious how them not trying is so much better than when we put all of Netflix's money after a live action.
Oh, still the Netflix fucking Death Note makes me
Oh my
to kill
gosh.
makes me want to kill people.
How
I
do
think,
you make that
Well,
so bad?
I think it fulfilled its purpose, like, right?
I think there should be like death sentences for those people. It's like child rape.
I don't think
Yeah.
it's that bad.
Well, they kind of raped my childhood. So
Those are different things, though. That happens every
Hey.
week when it comes to Western media. Like, let's be real.
well, just because Jeffrey Epstein every week had a whole bunch of people on his island doesn't mean that we should lower the crime statistic on that.
Gotcha.
I mean, at some point, it just become numb to it, don't you?
Does it make it?
I don't
Does it
think
make
you'd
it a better? Does it make it better? Just because we've become numb to it?
Yeah, I don't think I'd become numb to that ever.
I can't believe I put a camera up and I'm showing you guys my face.
Yeah, we've
it only takes
made,
1 minute.
We've made progress.
Yes.
Hell is this
I
back
didn't
there?
bother setting mine up today.
Oh,
Yeah.
you didn't?
Well,
No,
that's because
bitch.
well, Serranos, you're handsome. So
Because I'm just leaning forward playing Sekiro right now. I'm not looking at this on the screen.
You're playing Sekiro
you're
right
playing
now?
Sekiro. Where are
Yeah.
you in Sekiro?
I'm going through the monkey stuff. I haven't gone to the big ape yet, though.
Okay.
Actually, I think this might be directly before the big ape.
Hmm.
This could be his arena down here.
I wonder, are all of us gonna play the DLC for Elden Ring when it comes out? Yes.
The second it drops. I can't wait. I am.
I'm super
I
super
don't really
excited.
have any
The
reason.
hardest part is avoiding spoilers right now.
Yes.
There's no spoilers out, though.
What are you talking
yes,
about,
there
dude?
is.
People have broken down that
Vaughn-
trailer.
Yeah,
You think it's a
Vaudi
spoiler
and-
because somebody's
I
making like
refuse to talk
assumptions
to
based on
Vaudi.
something?
I was
Yeah.
like, I was listening because I just had my phone on, right? And I got my earbud in. And then the very next thing is like, we found where the DLC entrance is. And I'm like, no, shut up, no!
Yeah,
And
well,
ripped
we
my
knew it
earbud
was
out.
going to be Moog's. We knew it was going to be Moog's fight. We knew it was
Fine.
going to be Moog's fight. Everybody knew. We even knew when we played the game the first time.
You're like, of course, there's this little egg thing
Yes,
here. It has
the
to be
egg,
that.
yes.
Also, it's
with-
Mikola.
with
Like, that's where
Mikola's
Mikola
arm
is.
hanging out. Yes, you know that's it. Even with Bloodborne, that was the hardest one. That literally was the hardest one. But
Oh, yeah. Because
Elden
it's
Ring,
such a
come on.
non-enemy that you have to find. Like, that,
yeah,
that one
out
was
of
wild.
nowhere. Yeah, it was wild. That used to kill you, and it would kill you, so you would avoid it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like, I don't want to die again.
Yeah. Fuck, I love Bloodborne. Can we please have a Bloodborne PC
They're
Remake-
obviously waiting
remake,
for a Bloodborne remake on
please,
the next console.
so we can make some mods for it? Oh, Bloodborne remastered.
I mean, there is that list that they keep cutting stuff off of that it's like, oh, they're going to make this, this, and this. Okay. I don't think that's helpful. Hold on. Why did I watch that? What am I supposed to get out of that?
Yeah, the last guy I beat was Genichiro, and he had a really fun fight.
Genichiro.
Yeah, the guy that with the bow on top of the
Yeah,
castle.
Gnitz. Oh, fuck. So many good fights in Sekiro. So many.
Yeah, because I am at the Guardian Ape fight now.
Oh.
I already know the trick for it, because that's the one thing I saw from like Donkey's video that everybody talks about. It's like he comes back, but also like other bosses had like 3 phases anyways.
Array set map. I want to do an array. Hold on. Okay. Unreal Engine 5 array with multiple variables. Setting multiple variables from an array. Okay. Just serve an API which works. 3 variable. So if array has 3 values and I have variable A, B, and C, how do I make value 0 go to A, 1 to B, 2 to C? Get data. Oh my gosh. store many different kinds of variables in the same array. Okay. A struct can... There's a limit in Blueprint as to how many types can be in one struct. I think it is 50 in Blueprint. Struct should group variables that belong together. It's a giant list of stuff. Oh, dang it. How to turn variables into a list. How to use arrays in Unreal Engine. Is that a Stitch plush? Probably. You have the Stitch plushie?
Yes.
You do?
Yes, it is. I got
No information retained for
yeah.
that video. I've got the info for the video, but it just seems like not
actually
funny.
Lucy ripped the entire stuffing out of the Stitch. Out of the Stitch and out of
like
the
Adam
butthole, right straight out of the butthole, and I actually stuffed him back full and stitched him back up together.
It knows where the shock. He knows where the chakra's located.
That's hilarious.
But then I gave the Adam plushie to Lucy, and she protected him like it was like she would fight me if I tried to take it away from her.
So yeah, Lucy is clearly a team.
Yes, I even posted that before. Like she hates Sitch. No, she seriously. That's
Every
why
time Stitch is on screen, she's like, "That's a bad argument. That's the
no." She barks. No, she straight up barks. If I say a team, she lays down, and then she wants to cuddle. But if I bring up Sitch, she actually starts getting aggressive, like she wants to fight me. It's weird. It's straight up weird. That's why what's it called? Sparkles actually got mad at me because I gave the Sitch doll to Lucy and she ripped the shit out of it. And she's like, "Why didn't you give it to me?" It's like, well, hey, it's Lucy's. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, I mean, come on. You can't be taking Lucy's.
Okay, Lucy Lemonbug. Are you A team or S class? Serious question.
I feel like they both make fun of her for using stickers.
Adam
I don't know what that means, though.
Adam, no. Chopsticks.
Chopsticks, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's right, Lucy. Yeah. Yeah.
I think one thing that's so crazy about Sekiro is how there are so many different ways to fight enemies with the combat system. Because, like, it feels like the Guardian Ape, you're not really going to be focused on breaking its poise or its posture like you are with most of the rest of the enemies. It feels like you're mostly going to just, like, beat it down.
Still can't. Why? Can you explain that to me, Lucy? Why the girls like Sitch so much? I don't understand that.
It's because he's Jewish.
I don't.
Because he's young.
Whoa. Simmer down, Serranos. Simmer down.
It's because Adam loses is cool too much. People, they see that and they're like, I don't know.
It's because he's mysterious. He's broody.
Okay.
Okay. Sitch is broody. And Adam is old, yes. And he's married, yes. That is true.
He is already taken.
Okay,
Sitch is a bachelor.
But let's all admit that Sammy G and Sitch are supposed to be married. So let's just admit that they're supposed to be married. So there's no chance for anyone getting involved in Sitch other than Sammy. Yeah, I'm gonna say it again. Sammy G and Sitch.
Sammy G and Sitch sitting in a tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G. You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
You bet they're already dating. They are both in Florida, aren't they? Adam is married. That's true. That is true, Andrew Clark. Forgot about that one.
And if you were Sitch and a girl like Sammy was around, come on.
Yeah, come on, Sitch.
Come on,
Sitch.
She's a smart girl.
What are you gonna do? Hang out with alligators?
Jeez. It's so silly. Come on.
Yeah, she's just like
Come on.
C++.
Yes.
Tolerate. Oh gosh, some of these words, man. Saving or loading tiles
Has
as a
no
race.
fan rule. Stop it, Andrew. There's no such thing as a no fan rule. It's like finding out some amazingly gorgeous woman has a crush on you. I can't hook up with anyone who loves me. That's the most stupidest thing you could ever say, unless
Yeah,
you're a dumbass.
okay. Don't have a like a rando fan rule. Sure. Like don't roll
Yeah.
around like Destiny, like, hey, who's around? And then
Yeah.
It's like he
have
just
sex
like
with
says, "Hey,
everyone.
who's in Miami today?"
But
Let's
if you
get-
like have an honest connection with someone, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. It's so silly, especially somebody who's as popular as he is.
Of another
That's why I made that joke. That I even made that that gif about him getting hauled out of his own house because he talks about how he will never leave the house. He's just like a hermit. He's blah blah blah.
Oh, whoa.
Well, Sammy will dig him out of the house. Come on. If somebody that looked like Sammy wanted to talk to me, come on. I'll dig myself
say
out of the
hi.
house. Yes, I would.
Don't want to.
I feel like if I actually have somebody I was like dating, I wouldn't really mind going out and doing stuff with them. I just don't really care to do most stuff on my own. But if I'm just like spending time with somebody, I wouldn't really care where I'm doing it that much.
Yeah.
Oh.
And sometimes that's the perfect excuse to
Yeah.
be able to go out and try new things is with somebody that you really like.
Because like you're already like spending time with them. We're just doing this because like, hey, why not, right?
Yeah.
Instance struct.
And Lucy's like laying right here, like just tucked up in her own.
Another
Ah.
array. Anim notify array. Oh my gosh, why is this? Get transform array, item array, set transform array, make array. This world is too cruel for it to work out. Oh,
Yeah.
it crashed.
No, it's not.
I guess you just need to make a dating sim for Adam and Sitch, and it's just Adam trying to get Sitch a girlfriend.
Do you know what the worst part about the entire like Adam and Sitch like community is that most of the women in the community are fucking awesome. They're usually 8s, 9s, or 10s. It's so silly. Like,
So you're saying I should go to
seriously?
meet up and get a wife there?
yeah, well, duh. Like, look, Lucy, who's arguably like a medium girl in our community, is a fucking hottie, and she hangs out with us. So come on, we got
You know these women can
Chachi-
already stand
we got
people talk about
Chachi,
politics all day.
we got Vanessa, we got Sammy. Like, seriously. Oh yeah, shut up, Lucy. You know what you look like.
Function creation. Make a vector 2D array, and then nessedly write the I and J values. This way you can make it function. So all you have to do is input X and Y, and it'll spit out a 2D array. What? Make 2D array
I'll be
grid.
back in a minute.
Yeah.
X, Y.
Yeah, they are, Lucy.
For
I
loop.
know. It's kind of silly.
Oh,
Yeah, Vinny is a hot chick.
that's the real secret.
Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see that.
Prove it.
Yes. Pixar didn't happen.
Okay. Adam has 2 life goals: getting 12-year-olds to vote, and to get that circumcised centrist to pop the latke.
What the fuck? This is why I muted you. This is
It's-
why I muted you.
I mean, is he wrong? I think he was just saying, Sitch, this is why you You need to think about how you talk with the ladies.
Something tells me that Anna Kasparian might actually want to like. No, I'm not saying it. No, I'm not saying it. Never mind. I'm stopping. No, I'm stopping right there. Because Christian isn't into that thing. Yeah, he's not into that.
Christian Bowler.
Christian Baller.
Bowler.
No.
Yeah, restore this one, please. Okay. I am so confused here. I mean, everybody knew.
Is this your game map?
No, this is a default map.
Okay.
It just shows up. Dang it! Why does it always make this thing tiny? Make it full size. Why? Okay, so this says vector 2D. Is there not a vector 2D anymore? If I say vector 2D, is it just gonna... Oh, there's a vector 2D. Okay. Okay, we're moving. I'm gonna call this map. And it'll be vector 2D. And... What do I do?
Yeah, since we're doing game design stuff, I think I probably will set up my camera and I'll be back.
All right, see you in a
I'll
second.
pop up my
It's a
whiteboard.
game map? No. It's not a game map. Get out of here. I'm going to need a couple more variables. I'm going to need a x, and this one's just going to be an integer, and I'm going to need a y, and that one's also going to just be an integer, and I'm going to default both of these to 0. Wait, why does that have 3 array elements? No, get out of here. Delete those. Default to 0. This one, delete. Delete.
Oh,
that one's
geez.
0.
Okay. I'll be back. Lucy just farted.
Oh, classic. Nice. That's the best, is the dog fart. Especially when you feed him good. Okay. So what I need to figure out then is if I'm in here and I want to do make 2D array. Is this an actual thing or is this a... No, this is my own function. So I have to make my own function. So we're going to do... I'm going to do a function. I'm going to call it make 2D array grid. Okay. And we're going to give this guy colon editor pure advanced inputs. Yes, I need 2 inputs, and it will be x and it'll be y, and they will be ints. So I'm going to take in int, and I'm going to take in these ints. Get. Oh, wait. No, that's a return node. Hold on. How do I input them, though? Hold on. Why? Vector array. Okay. Okay, never mind. Hold on. These are going to be inputs. Those will go into it. And then we are going to do a for loop. Just a normal for loop. The first index. So the first one is going to be my X loop as it goes around. And then it'll have a loop body into another for loop because I am yandere dev. And this will get the Y as the final index. Do I right click? How do I, oh, there we go. Double click. Double click lets me. I want the arrows. Thank you. So I'm bring it down here. So I can do that. There we go. Okay. So then add. No. I need the loop body. Set add. This one? Sure looks like it. Sure looks like it. Okay. Can I get this one to go in here? I don't like how that just goes in there. Hold on. Add. Make it context sensitive. What am I? As an operator add. No, that's not what I want. The operator add is the one I don't want. What I want is as a key value to the map if something already uses the key. As set add. Struct. Set members in add new sub. Add force. Add you. Oh, array add. Here we go. This is what I want to do. I want to add into the array. And the array is the array. Get this guy that has X, Y. And I want to split that pin. It is a struct array. Oh, I'm understanding this. And this is going to go into X. And this one's going to go into Y. Why do they hide like that? I don't like them back there, but that's all right. We can push it over here. This one goes down. This one comes up. Okay. So that works there. And then when this one is complete, I want to return node. And I want the map to be a return. Wait. Add an output. The output is an array. Struct array. No, hold on. Vector 2D array? Oh, vector 2D array might be useful. Niagara data interface array float 2. Wait, that is what I'm using. It's this guy. No? Okay, hold on. Just give me a return box. How do I return this bitch? Add a return node. Oh, array grid plus array grid. Select the asset. No, just take this one. Dang it. Take it.
Okay.
Why would you take it?
I forgot to ask you this when JMac was on, but
Oh,
what
sure.
what is your plan for the game? What is your like plot
Right now,
that you wanna go through?
I'm making a are you familiar if I say Advance Wars type game? You familiar with that? Sort of like a turn-based top-down
Yes.
that has like an
Yes, I am.
economy built
Yes.
into it.
Yes.
That's the current goal. And then once I can get something like that done, then the next one is basically a top-down 2D like Link to the Past style, but a little more Dark Souls world designy.
Yes. Oh, I like that. I like that thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I started working on that a while ago, and then it was just like, oh, this is very difficult. So I was like, let me try to do something that's a little more like I can get it done in not a crazy amount of time.
Yeah, step by step.
Hide non-imported types? No, we're gonna look at all of them. Vector 2D. Yeah, right there. Take this guy. There we go. Now I can send him out. Okay. And that looks just like this photo. Vector 2D, default, beautiful. It's an X and a Y. and it's just adding the index every time, right? So all I've done
I'll have to like change that a little bit.
is I've made a thing that just keeps adding stuff.
Yes, I'll have to figure out a position for the light so it doesn't like blast right onto it. But basically, that's what I was thinking of. I got like my whiteboard there. I can't actually, I can't bring my mic over because then it'll fall off of my table. But
We can see your Wendigoon
you
whiteboard.
can see the whiteboard.
Nice.
Not sure how I want to, how I can actually position the lights. Yeah. I'll try.
Okay.
Whatever.
Whatever you were just
I was
saying.
gonna say,
yes,
yeah, I can't. You can't hear
I
it.
believe
Sorry.
you. Yeah.
I was just thinking. I was like, I can't really stop it from having the reflection on the whiteboard easily. I'll have to do something for that. Okay. Now I'm good. But basically, I will set that up. Basically, use this to compare games and, with like systems. Basically, same genre, stuff like that.
Oh, that'll be fun.
So basically, I'll go up there. I'll write the. I forgot which one I had the first. I was gonna do the first. I think I was just gonna do like pace of the game. I think there's Sekiro, so I can actually open my documents ahead. Yeah, to actually use my mic, I gotta take it off the stand that I can use it. So I'll do that.
Set value of variable. No, it's just straight up set. What the heck does set mean? I don't know what it means, but is it useful for me to know? Set
should set
owner,
up
no.
My Adam plushie.
What did you think of the of Stitch and Adam today? Did you listen? I felt like
Okay, this how. Basically,
Like-
this is how I'm gonna do it because I'm not getting a different mic for this.
oh, okay. I
So
feel like
basically
Adam
just
really
be
couldn't
holding-
get a handle on what was it Soladosh was like trying to lay out as far as like how TikTok is worth existing. Because I think Soladosh should have said like we wouldn't have known that the half of Americans wanted short content like this in that sort of format without TikTok. Like it brings value to our businesses to have another business that can test something and either succeed and fail, and then we can copy it the same way YouTube and Instagram and everybody else have copied it. And the idea that just because something doesn't have a net gain in and of itself means we get rid of it doesn't make sense. You were streaming, what happened? Oh yeah, it was wild, I would say. It was a wild one. Set 2D? Can I promote a no, I don't want to promote a variable. Delete that one. Delete that variable. Make that one go away. This guy has just a straight up set. It just says set. Maybe it's set array? No, because that's set array element. Target self. Oh, hold on. Maybe I need this in. Hold on. Maybe this has to be in like a different blueprint game mode base. Wild like wow or wild like wow? Wild like wow. Like, okay, Grandpa. I've never felt Adam's age more than I did today. Let's see. What is this thing called? Game mode. Okay. And in the game mode, begin play. Begin play. We're gonna call a sequence in begin play, and that sequence is gonna give us a
Yes, I'll try to do what I can to make it like more readable, but generally this is how I want to like lay stuff out. I might just have to use Microsoft Paint until I can figure out a way to make this look better. But this is just generally stuff I've been working on in terms of brainstorming how to present stuff better, or to present the games I want to talk about. I put them on a chart and then I line them all up. Basically, I put their pictures into one of these boxes based on just how I felt generally. It's like these ones had more polish, these ones were better done, and if it was a slower or faster game, how it compares to other ones in the same genre. That's what I'd want to be talking about. Because I take like all the Metroidvanias or whatever. Some have way quicker gameplay, some have just more compact like levels and stuff like that. And I'd probably be using this to bring it up and stuff like that. Yeah. School presentation, let's go. Yeah, that's kind of how I'm gonna want to do it. I'm gonna have a couple different ones like this. That was what I was planning on. I might not go that deep into it because I just want to use this to set it up so I can talk about the games, right? And give it. I want to easily present general ideas of how I felt about the games going through them. I'll be going through and giving my thoughts on each one, basically, that I want to bring up. I think I'll bring up most of the games that I think I'll probably bring up all the games I put on my wish list, and I'm not sure how many I want to bring up overall. But I want to use a lot of comparison to say, like, why something I felt did it better, why something did it worse, areas I probably want to see change, stuff like that.
Do I just have a set already done?
And what are you working on, Blaine?
I'm just trying to figure out how to make arrays, but I made a 2D array loop, but I think there's already a way to just set 2D arrays based on
Yeah, looking at it here, I could tell that like 1080p obviously does not cut it. Like in terms of resolution, it's a good thing that this thing can get a better resolution than that. It's just USB streaming; it's limited. That's another thing I just wanted to check here too, see how it looks like on this. It's like, yeah, it's definitely not.
No, it actually looks pretty high resolution to me.
Oh yeah, it's like sharp. It's focused in now, so that looks good. But it's gonna look better when I actually do the video because I'm gonna be capturing a higher quality.
Okay.
So it'll look better there. Well, I'm gonna mess around with this some in terms of like in my time in terms of setting up this up. I'm also gonna have the tripod a little bit higher, but I didn't want to finagle with it right now, so there's just one of the defaults like heights because it like snaps into place like 3 different ones by default. You can manually like move them just like inch by inch if you want to. So I'll have the camera higher up too, so it'll actually capture better from that aspect.
Vector 2. Change the variable type? No, that's not gonna work, is it?
Yeah, I've been working on getting different stuff to like basically these different charts I want to set up for my video and stuff like that. That's what I've been spending my time doing, other than like playing Sekiro. And also just going over my notes and just my streams I have of the games to see.
Sekiro's a great game to play.
It's just great.
Yeah, it is. It's worth going through. Like 2 years ago when I took the time to actually sit down and finish the game, I was really happy that I finished it off. Like, goddamn. And I'm I
really dislike some of the mini bosses.
I'm a Soulsborne person, and Bloodborne is arguably one of my favorite games of all time. But Sekiro really took me to another level because it's a different game, and you, even if you're a Bloodborne or a Souls like player, it kicks the shit out of you, and it shows you that okay, this is different. Get used to it, and then you learn and learn and learn and learn and learn, and then it teaches you something that you may have not wanted to learn, but it also became one of the best games that you'll ever play, ever.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I expect.
I hammered my way through Dark Souls the first time after giving up on Demon Souls, and then I played through Dark Dark Souls 2 with a buddy because he and I were able to, because it was late enough after Dark Souls had come out that we were able to just keep respawning our signs and basically co-op in the original Dark Souls build by just brute forcing it until we could find it, and it was a blast. Then Dark Souls 2 came around, and we had the cat that gave you the ring that let you pick a god, and you could like sort of line up your summon signs better, so we go off that one again.
Yeah.
But then Bloodborne came out, and I was like, oh, this is how you play the game.
You actually had to figure it out.
This makes more sense now. I like everything just clicked for me.
You're not just button mashing and smashing your face into it over and over again.
Not even that. It's just the shielding. The like, okay, defend and then wait for an opening and then attack and then wait for an opening and then attack again. Like
That's true.
it's so boring.
I feel like Hinamatsuri is one of my favorite anime for Andrew. Like, yeah, one of the best.
Hinamatsuri, yeah, that one was great.
Yeah, one of the best.
I wouldn't say it's one of the best, but I did.
I would
like
say
it.
it's one of the best straight up. It's just I loved everything about it.
2D and A.
Yeah, for me going through Sekiro right now, I've not really liked the fact that they're including like little enemies along the way as much. It's annoyed me more than it has in Dark Souls because of the execution. It's kind of hard to not execute enemies sometimes, and it can be good for like little moments of invulnerability. But when I'm like going for mini bosses, I'm not enjoying the runbacks. I definitely prefer the main story bosses a lot better.
Yes.
The main story bosses, like the 3 I've fought so far, I guess 4. Like I like Lady Butterfly. I haven't beaten her yet, but I fought her some. I got her to the second phase.
Rough.
I didn't really have much issue getting used to her first phase, but
Lady Butterfly is the like
she's the one at the end of the place you teleport to through praying at the main shrine.
Yeah, it's the
and she jumps around on her strings and stuff like that, and then she has spirits in phase 2.
Well, yeah, she really like she's the what's it called oh god, I feel like an idiot for not being able to say this. She's the
yeah, the bar student girl.
She's
just like
she sets the bar. She sets the bar to be able to go ahead. Lady Butterfly is where you need to. As soon as you beat her, you can actually play Sekiro from then on.
Oh, for sure. She's the Smough Ornstein. She's the
she's
that gate that just opens up, and you're like.
I went through and beat Genichiro first because I still have her, and now I'm on the Guardian Ape as well. Those are the 2 bosses I have in front of me. I think I never beat the like spear guy at the beginning from where the game starts at. I never went back and beat that mini boss.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
That guy, he does so much damage. It's not even funny.
Yes, he does. Yeah, that's where the what's it called, the carrier guy, the guy that you're supposed to be
your little
the
lord.
Protector
Yeah, that's where you rescue him from.
The little lord of, and he protects that house that he's like sitting in at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Is there another fucking?
Yeah, like I tried to beat him a couple times. I was like, this is stupid. This guy does way too much damage. I die in like one.
Yeah, and you don't even have to beat him, so why even fight him?
Yeah, there's a bunch of mini bosses. So I just skipped him. Yeah. I have not gone back to beat him. And I think it kind of indicates that because his like bonfire, his shrine is set later than Genichiro's. So
yes.
I think it kind of indicates it's like, yeah, you're not supposed to be fighting him yet anyways. He's pretty strong. But I am better at doing the Makiri counter in terms of dodging into the guys. It still feels inconsistent. It still feels like
everybody
misses.
With a spear. Yeah.
It feels like it misses too often. And also the one little guy that I ran into him after Genichiro, but he's like a monk guy on the way to the monkey area. There's just one of him, and his timing was so annoying. He just like has such a massive delay. I really hate how they've gotten into the habit of doing that so often with having their attacks like so delayed. Like the character will just be sitting here, they'll be sitting here, and then he goes on you.
Yes.
You can
wait until you fight Owl.
Yeah, you can just sit there forever. I really don't like how much they rely on that as a crutch because they want to make sure you can't actually just feel through the fight.
Well,
That's why, like,
that's-
I mean, I felt like you could do that for Ganitro. You could actually feel into his moves once you know what his moves do. Once you can read the fact he's going to go for his low spin or his lunge forward, you can read him and do it on instinct based on like you see.
see,
it
and
come
that's
out and
one
he can
one of the
react.
things that they like led on with Elden Ring is a lot of the bosses would like do that, and every time you thought that they would like do a move, they would like delay
Basically,
for
the
a quarter
first
of a second just so it would kill you.
who are I forgot the guy's first or the first guy's name was in front of Stormvale Castle. I forgot his name.
Margit.
Yeah,
Margit.
Yeah, basically he's your first introduction to that in terms of like to set you up for the rest of the game. How it's gonna
Delays.
be.
Yes,
Yeah.
delay attacks. And every time you would
The real
like,
dirty part about Margit
panic
was his
roll.
knife. His
Yeah.
knife was the dirty part. Is the fact he'll catch you on your rolls when you.
Yes.
It's like it's not even you did it wrong. It's just he's going to catch you on your rolls. He's gonna hit you. Period. You're not really gonna avoid it. You're just gonna need to be good enough in the rest of the fight that you're not gonna die to that.
Yes.
That's
That's
kind of
why
the annoying part. I would like it if it was more straightforward in terms of how you perfected the bosses, like being able to get a perfect run of those guys. Because it feels like they just want to land cheap shots on you like that sometimes.
Well, it's not cheap shots. It's not because
No, Margit's knives are pretty cheap.
I've no hit Margit.
You
and
can,
I've done-
but it's
yeah.
just it's really cheap. It takes so much more effort and time to learn the boss. That it feels like a shit because it wants to throw.
Yeah.
This is an early boss. It wants to, and unless you actually put the time into mastering,
But that's the
him
whole
after
point of
beating it, it's kinda
Margit
silly.
is to teach you that okay, the rest of the bosses and the rest of the game is probably going to be able to fuck you up if you don't play it, a little bit not so just panicky.
Also, a lot of the bosses in Elden Ring, you just have more HP to deal with imperfections and mistakes.
That's true.
Other than like
That is true.
Other than a couple of like little choke points where you'll run into characters like Estelle. If you run to Estelle too early, he will like annihilate you with some of his attacks.
Yes.
Dawn has some really strong
Yeah.
attacks, obviously his meteor as well, but has a very specific way you can dodge it, like using the horse.
Yes.
Like using the horse dodge makes it really easy. That's the way you're supposed to do it. It feels like, because it's by far the easiest way to get the dodge timing because you have so many iframes from the horse.
Yes.
But for the most part, you have a lot of lenience on a lot of bosses in terms of like you'll be able to take a hit, you can back up and heal. Where a lot of the Sekiro enemies do not have that, have not given you that opening. It's like you try to go back and heal, they have the long range bow shot. They're gonna go after you.
I actually got my stepdaughter to beat Radon in the pre what's it called, the patch. And she was before they nerfed him. And I couldn't believe that she kicked his ass.
Yeah, I mean, I like the bosses in Elden Ring a lot. The biggest downfall of Elden Ring is just how much they spam the weaker bosses that don't really matter.
Well,
I think if they had shrunk the world down some, it would have gone better. Just been a more smooth experience. Yeah, I think I'll move my stuff back and set my camera over there.
Yeah, it's a weird balance. I like that there is something like everywhere, but at the same time, there are some times where you're like, another damn tree sentinel. But then they shake it up like, oh, this one's rotten, and you're like, it's a little shake up. Doesn't make it more fun, but But yeah, at least that happened.
That's a hard balance to try to.
I was gonna say having a couple of those is okay, but they just had so many, especially like the Erd Tree Guardian guys. It's just like there's so many of those. There's like 8 of them. It's like there doesn't need to be that many. We don't need that many of that boss.
But they wanted to make the what's it called, the what is that thing that you used to drink? God damn it!
The Estus flask?
No, I think you're talking
not the
about
Estus.
It's the new flask for Elden Ring.
The other flask for
shards.
The physic.
The physic. Yeah,
wondrous.
Every time you beat one of the Erd Tree
Sentinel guys.
God,
yeah, you get
Sentinel
like a new
guys.
thing.
You got a new one. Yes. Jeez, what's wrong with me?
Just tired.
I'm
it's
being
late.
silly. Yes, it is. Thank you for giving me an excuse.
Dude, I've been up since
Love you too.
whenever, like in a freaking
I
attic
love you
on a
too.
ceiling. I love you too, buddy. Just I found the guy who, like, he's a roofer because he really likes roofs. Like, roofs are his train, and I'm like, ooh, depending on what your quote looks like, you might be my guy. But sometimes those guys aren't willing to, get the job done, if you know what I mean. So might have to go with my traditional sources. Gonna go record a video right quick. Should be back in an hour. That is a quick video. Oh, work. Do it. Make the code. I spent so long trying to get this to actually let me use C++. Let me use it. 50% of the way there. Project now includes sources. Please close the editor and build from your IDE. Would you like to edit the code now? Yes. It worked. Loading project. Woo! We did it, everybody. Remember when it was broken, Gemini Ray? Now it works. Now we doing it. We're doing it real.
Now we got the whole team here. This thing like tighten up. Putting on my like tiny tripod. It's not.
Hey, don't talk about your tripod like that.
This tripod's like a foot tall. It's tiny.
Oh, real tiny. It was a whole foot. Some people would be so happy
Chill.
to have a foot tall tripod. Okay.
I don't settle.
Don't settle.
I'm
Don't
a size
settle.
king. Never settle.
You don't settle.
Ladies never settle.
The last person that said size king on the internet, we found his horse porn folder. So
Pipkin
How do I-
Pippa
okay.
post like saying that comment
is-
about Vosh. It will never be old for me. Never. Because anyone who has like horse porn will never be somebody that I'll take opinions from.
Yeah, it's wild. Dark. All right, make it dark. Love it. All right, I found it. Tell me what to do, other guy. And yes, for anyone who's questioning, I have him off for the chat because that way, if Lucifer and Serrano start, getting excited about something, he doesn't like just kind of mumble over them with his, here's what I'm going to do when I'm making a code, and then you add this. We don't need that. You don't need that. I need to hear it. And I'm just, my meds have worn off for the day, so I can track it. Okay, I don't need the tick. Get out of here. I don't need the tick. Super tick?
There we go.
Okay, don't need the tick. Oh, just this one. What did you just say? Fuck you. Oh. Primary actor, can every tick go false? Okay, so in this one, false. Cool.
There we go.
Actually, hold on.
There we go. Now we're back. Normal camera
Now you're
setup.
back? Good.
Normal camera setup.
I go false on that one. Also, why did that turn red when he did that? He deleted this.
I guess I can see the middle.
Beacon every tick.
I forgot
Reset
to.
everything.
That was less
Okay,
focused.
J and L do like 10 seconds, and like caret keys do like partial seconds. Is there like a 1 second back on YouTube?
You can. No, not that I know of. Yeah, you could either go like 5 seconds or you can go the point frame, the single frames. That's what I remember.
Oh, I can get rid of that one for sure. Okay, cool. I was right. Boom. We'll get rid of this comment. We'll get rid of this comment because that's ugly. So first things first, go back to my. Hold on. You recently rolled back to previous version. Because I was trying to make things work. That's why. Okay, we are going to be using a struct. Here's what I'm curious about is if I make a, if I do all this stuff in C++, and then I open up my project, am I going to, oh, there's nothing in there. Am I going to be able to see like what's going on in a blueprint? This is called struct F my struct. What programmers, you'd be weird.
Sounds like I forgot what she'd say. Classic from Rat, Hakos Bales. Dijon, my soul.
What the heck are you talking about?
Jimmy knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, does he? Track
Dijon, my
info.
soul.
Dijon, my soul? Like Dijon mustard?
Oh yes, Jadon, my soul.
Jadon, like Gideon?
Yeah,
Generated
Jadon,
body.
my soul. I was
Also,
in the ballpark.
I don't know if caps is necessary, but oh, it's generated body as an underscore. Weird. Underscore body. There we go. Oop. Don't mini yourself. There we go. I can go back over here. And I'm going to want int x. Oh, but x also has a thingy because everything is going to be...
If we got her to say crickety, I think you meant to say crikey, right?
F-blank tile info default. It's so weird because you call it inside of itself. That's one of the things that I like don't quite understand about programming the most is like when stuff gets called. Because it feels weird to do struct f blank tile info and then on the inside of that to do f blank tile info like a default.
Yeah, it's like how does it know that we're gonna call this thing here and then we're gonna stop here and then it's like we have this thing, it'll call back here when it needs to, and then it's like how do we set all that stuff up? It seems so complicated.
How did punch cards turn into this?
No idea.
Yeah, those are wild. Okay. Okay, int const new x, int const new y, and new z, and then it's just a colon. Okay. But again, I'm still inside. And
no, obviously it was a race of ancient giants that came up how to code computers. That's what it was.
oh, clearly. Yeah, aliens, you think with their weak immune system could have made computers? You know how much mining you have to do to get the minerals to even like come close to making a computer?
So the source of that was a Hololive English, Japan, and Indonesia crossover where they're doing telephone games.
telephone games.
So yeah, the phrase that Bay started with as an Australian was, "G'day, mate. Haven't had brekkie yet, so might go on a
Yeah.
Macca's run soon."
Of course it
My
was.
shaft.
Welcome, Andrew Clark, Catrew Clark.
And the first person she talked to, or I think maybe it was the second, I don't remember, but she translated my shout as my soul. Macca's
Oh.
run was Jadon.
Hmm.
Gotcha. What
So-
say ye, friend?
You guys are wrong though. It wasn't Yu Yu Hakusho. The show was called Flame of Recca.
What do you mean Flame of Recca? Who cares about
I
Flame
don't know
of
what that
Recca?
is.
What? What are you talking about?
Flame of Recca. About
Flame of
guy
Recca.
kid who tried to save someone, but they were, and then died. Was brought back.
Sounds like Yu Yu
With me.
Hakusho.
Nope, this is Flame of Recca. Telling you.
You mean where
And then
you
they have
say
the,
Urameshi
they have
like
they have to
dove in
save-
front of a car to save a kid?
no. He
Whose soccer ball went in front-
Recca saved a girl from construction equipment falling on her.
This is one of those where it's like the
I never
same
watched Yu
show,
Yu Hakusho, so I have no idea.
but made after the fact. Let me look at this.
Yeah, they just copied the scene.
So Yusuke Urameshi dove in front of a car to save a kid from getting hit from going out into the street to stop his soccer ball, right? That's what you're talking about?
Look at this. Yu Yu Hakusho, 1990 to 1994. Flame of Recca, 95 to 2002. What if I just pick up where you left off, Grandma? I can do that.
Like seriously,
Classic anime.
it is like the best hit kind of like of Yu Yu Hakusho. It's so
Yes.
funny. I'm like watching it. I'm like, this show has no shame.
As I
It
said,
knows what it is.
yeah, the reason I was playing Sekiro 2 is I was just trying out my new controller that I got, which is the 8-bit Do controller.
Did you just say Sekiro 2?
The reason I was trying out Sekiro 2 today was because I got the controller today. I wanted to try that out.
Sekiro 2.
Sekiro
Or
as
Sekiro
well.
as well? Okay.
Yes, that's what the meaning is.
All right. Okay. But what did
There's
you guys think of?
pause.
Because your channel was going and doing stuff, I think, when you had Asterisk Wars and Chivalry of a Failed Knight,
No,
right?
No,
No,
that was way before.
no.
That
I
was
am
way
No?
before.
Not quite.
I know those shows though. I
I'm
watched
coming up
Chivalry of Failed Knight.
on
But
1 year.
Blaine,
Oh, okay.
Your
Okay.
channel is doing stuff.
I
It is
watched.
doing
Let's
stuff.
all admit that Blaine's
Yeah,
channel
it's doing
is
good right
doing
now.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm doing things. I'm
Okay.
finally started posting
Yes.
my shorts again.
I saw
Yes.
Fondue the other day when I went to.
Put that on
Otaku
OnlyFans, by the
stream,
way.
Actually, which is kind of funny.
You saw Fondue in what?
Shane's
I went to
only-
Short Fat Otaku stream the other day, and Fondue was there too.
Mm.
He was watching.
Oh,
Right.
of course.
Well, Blaine's only.
Yeah,
fans
Rekka
isn't
wanted to be a
doing that
ninja.
right now.
Well, don't talk
You
about my
need to hit-
I'm
OnlyFans
not
here.
signing
You
up
need to
to
hit the
Blaine's
gym more,
OnlyFans. I
Blaine.
guarantee it. It's not happening.
I'm almost
make
done
me.
building the gym. You saw it today. It's getting painted.
Yes.
Visible anywhere. And I got all new bumper plates coming too. I'm super stoked. I found this place homegrown
plates?
lifting. It's selling plates for a
I
buck
was gonna say,
a
what
buck a
plates are
pound.
you gonna have? Yeah.
Oh, I already have 45s all the way down to 5s. I probably go down to 2 1/4.
Did you get 90s?
So I'm getting what 90s? No, fuck, who makes 90s plates?
I
Nobody
thought
makes 90
I
plates.
thought they would just be doubled. You know, I don't
No.
own a
You
weight
get a set of
45
45s.
kilos.
Okay.
No, 45. You get a 45 kilo plate? No, you get like 22 kilo plate or whatever the equivalent is. Right?
Yes.
I've seen 55s, but I can put a 10 on the 45. I don't think that's a big like need for me, but yeah, I got another set of 45s, another set of 30s, and another
I just
set of
searched.
10s.
I just googled what size do plates come in. Usually 9 to 11 inches in diameter.
Diameter?
Plates.
Like a dinner plate.
Dinner plates.
Yeah.
What are the food truck? Oh, Alex Moore, you missed the notice earlier. My contractor called me and was like, "All right, hose we got, windows are going, and tell me more about the fan." And he already has an account with the distributor for the new fan, so hopefully they have it in stock. But if they don't have it in stock, they can order it, and we'll get it installed easy. So moving along, Alex Moore, moving along. This is what I like.
So, does anyone know the story behind how they happened? Because it came out at the exact same time for Asterisk Wars and Chivalry of the Failed Knight.
Oh, did the manga come out at the same time? Because I'm always catching stuff in the anime, so I have no idea if
I have
it's
no
like
idea.
an older.
Hey,
manga,
let me
right?
check. Let me check.
I watched Chivalry of Failed 9. I thought it was okay. So it was like
Chivalry was great. It was quite fun.
Okay, I took my pills and I gotta go to bed. But it was good
Alrighty.
talking with all of you. Love you guys.
Love you, Lucifer.
actually
Wow.
asleep.
Take care. Okay.
Be good, but in the worst way possible. You can be good. You missed the anime and sugar. Alex Moore has like an hour of anime reviews from Tuesday. He has to go back and watch. Config meta equals allow private access. It's true. Wait, what is all this weird construction stuff? Allow private.
Okay, so they're both light novel series originally, and Chivalry of the Failed Knight started 1 year later.
Oh.
Are they like really similar?
No, they're nearly identical. One has a more fantasy setting, one has a more sci-fi setting.
Yeah. I think don't they also have like really similar like main characters too?
Yes, no. Okay, so you have a main character, okay? Character
the main
who
female,
has
like visually
No,
is similar.
right, no, yeah. Okay, so you have a main character who is from like a swordsman family, right? And his power set is like physically boosting his abilities. And he is enrolling in this school, and he runs into this princess-esque character while she's changing, and then she attacks him, and they end up dueling and being further involved with each other's private lives and school life. The princess has like reddish hair with flame powers and also uses a sword.
Right.
The magic, the system or whatever are both relatively new for the world, but have been set up to train students and have a school tournament.
Totally.
Everything I've just mentioned describes both series.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the one caveat that one has pigtails. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah,
that part
sort
of
of.
the
Yeah.
story.
I don't
Yeah.
think I don't really care if there's things that have very similar plots. We see that back-to-back seasons of anime all the time.
What is interesting
No,
though is like
they're
when
nearly
one is better
identical.
than the other, right?
And I think the Chivalry of Failed Knight was better because I saw a little bit of Asterisk War and there's I checked it out because I saw Digibro series.
I guess.
I was like, yeah, I definitely agree. The Asterisk War looks really bad in some areas.
No,
I
it's
only expect that,
insane
like, the
how
first
similar
episode,
the shows are.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's that insane given just the manga industry and like
I guess.
because
No, it's a light, but they both were light novels.
It's the same.
Or
It's the same
light
industry.
novels.
No, it's a little bit different. But I hear what you're saying.
Is it more
What
original?
I mean
are there
is-
more good
yeah.
stories than light novels that we've never heard of?
No. What I'm saying more though is just the way that any of those sort of production systems work, where they're like, oh, you got an author that can write a story
Very
that's the kind of
incestuous.
story that kids want. Give me all the stories that are like this, and they're just like, hey, we got all these stories like this, and they're like, make them write them, and you got like the same editor on both teams even. And this isn't even like talking about like competing publishers that would be like fighting against it. Like, it just seems like a very this is the hot.
That's possible.
This is the
It's
in
possible.
thing.
It's just crazy. I mean, they didn't even try and fight to be in different seasons. They came out in the same season for anime, though. It's so crazy.
Yeah, there's
because
like
there-
no there's like no copyright in Japan, so like no one ever seems to really care.
Yeah. Well,
But
what
then
do you
there's
call it?
all the copyright all of a sudden when Nintendo's involved. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the weirdest industry.
Yeah. What is it? Well, it's so weird. They also have all kinds of degeneracy, right? But then
Yep.
also have the weirdest, like, strict moral code.
There's an entire article that was written in 2016 about how they're the same show. The guy wrote one like review of both of them together.
Yeah. No, one has like a biological sister character, and then the other has a childhood friend, but they both serve the same role. They both have a similar body structure. I mean,
They're flat.
yeah. You know what irritated me though was Capione. Like the anime for Capione got me into it, right? But actually
What?
reading the light novel series,
What's Capione?
Capione? Oh, it's a series about god killers, right?
One of these.
And it's kind of like this paradox where no one can really kill a god except for the people who can. But you don't know that you're a god killer until you actually do it, right? So there is a debate in world about whether or not god killers are like naturally like occurring, right? Or whether or not like you were special before you kill the god, or when you actually like kill a god, then you become special.
Ooh.
Anyways, and so the main character though, he kills this with Varith Ragna, which is this one god, this one like Persian god that has like 12 aspects or something. And so the more focused a deity is in their aspects, right?
Right.
The more powerful and less restrictive the your ability to use their power is, essentially, right? Also, there's kind of a growing into it kind of thing as well. But
Yeah, like My Hero Academia.
But with since Varith Ragna has like 12 aspects, they're each extremely unique and very use case they're very situational.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is you have the main character and you have this female knight named magic knight named Erica, and she's Italian, and she's like hot for him, but he's all like being typical anime protagonist, running away from it kind of thing. But like his power, it's got the contrivance of his power. One of his aspects of Varith Ragna uses a golden sword, and the golden sword represents knowledge, right? And so she can transmit knowledge through a kiss. So they use that to achieve like some edginess.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, and so, but she's hot for him, and he's like, running away from it, like / reluctant, always kind of denying things and whatnot. But that's not the way it is at all in the books. In the books, he is invested in their relationship as well. It's just that she's Italian and wants to jump to the end, and he is Japanese and is like, no, we're going to do this relationship by the book. Start as friends, move forward from there. And she keeps trying to jump the line. No, boring maybe, but the point is that he has a very firm and direct and principled position that, like, he's not just this whiny character that's always just running away from the situations he's in. And that's how they portrayed him in the anime, but in the books, he's a much more upstanding and direct person who has a value system that he is trying to enact. And he's confident.
Never see guys who just like have sex with women in anime, High schoolers.
Well, no. We do. It's just it's rare, and it is what is it?
It's always frowned upon. That's why there's no kids in Japan. There's no high school pregnancies.
Yeah. No, what is it? What do you call it? Remonster. Remonster, he gets down. It's coming out.
Just as Abe intended.
Here, let me look at.
Yeah, Remonster was this season, wasn't it?
It's coming out. It's not out yet. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the season in terms of it's coming out this season. 2 weeks.
Yes. It is. It's spring. Yeah. It's not. Well, we're still within winter. The winter season. Well, it's basically over, but it's not over.
I'm not gonna say it's like it's on airing right now, but it's coming out.
Yeah.
Ship them some of our Mexicans. Look at those high school pregnancies up.
That's true. Well, they just need some Filipinos up there. They'll work it out. It won't.
There you
go. Won't make Sargon sad.
What is the? What are that's one of the things I liked about Arifureta, but the anime was kind of lackluster. I mean, I didn't watch all of it even, but I read all of the book series. The book series was, again, better than the anime.
Oh, that's good. I only ever really encounter Arifureta through some amount of
memes or something.
Yeah, exactly.
What's actually my favorite part of Arifureta is actually the after stories.
Oh, interesting.
Like after the anime ends, they have like he's still writing it. I think I have checked out of it for a while, but he's still currently writing the series. Like what happens to the characters after they complete that whole thing, without spoiling it. And one of my favorite characters that they follow in the after series is oh gosh, Eto? No, not Eto. What's his name? It's an E, I think. He's the kid who has a thin shadow. They say, he's so even before he got the powers of an assassin, that's like the class he was assigned to the magic system.
Is way too silly for me.
Well, see, it's not that silly. It's actually quite serious in the light novel series.
I'm talking.
It does have moments of levity,
And I'm
Right?
talking like the situations and like the power scaling are kind of silly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those are very silly.
Well, I guess, I mean, if you, yeah. I mean, I can't say that, I mean, it's very personal and subjective. I can't say that it's not, but I don't see it that way. I think that, like,
I
they
mean,
work,
it feels
they
like
work
it's very
hard
much a
to,
revenge fantasy kind of thing. Yeah.
well, okay, so the point of it, okay, and you can argue about execution, definitely. The point of it is that he reaches a level of power where he can fight against the unreasonableness of society. That he's strong enough to resist societal forces.
Would you say it's
That's,
full of angst? Because that's what it feels like it would be to me. I just didn't watch enough.
there is some level of angst, but like a lot of that actually goes away at some point.
Mhm.
A lot of it goes away, especially once he starts. And I don't know where you picked up on it. I mean, it's obvious that it kind of happens, but
I watched the first episode, and like the second episode.
okay. Well, he establishes a harem.
Yeah, that much is.
But the thing is that unlike with other ones, is that he is completely and totally devoted to the main girl, and it's the main girl. She is from royalty, so she is like, theoretically establishing a kingdom. And like he's a king, it's right for him to have other wives. And so like he accepts them like conditionally through her approval.
Was Yue the first one, his main wife?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is she a lolly?
Yeah, but she's the typical.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Here's the thing. I read it as a book, so I didn't have to like interact with. I wasn't like
My
confronted
first
with.
introduction was anime. She's a lolly.
Well, no, but and here's the thing too is that like he's not. I mean, he like when what is it? He doesn't care for her at all at first. I mean, in the books, I mean, he puts a bullet through her head.
Yeah.
So I mean, she really works to make him fall in love with her, and he's really resistant. He doesn't see her that way at all at first, and they work hard to make them like fall in love and be a couple. That makes sense.
Teach him how to be a lolly.
And she has a like she later she has an adult form that she uses.
How much later is this?
It's
Is
later.
She mature? That's the real question I have.
Yes, she is very mature. She does not act like a child.
Didn't she show up in the first episode? Wasn't she in the first episode, like at the very start of the story?
Well, she could be, but like that's like at the end or like 2/3 through the first book in the
like
book series.
Anime, I'm pretty sure started right when he gets like he dies or whatever and gets his powers.
No.
Like,
the anime starts from like the edginess. The light novel series starts from before they even. It starts from before they ever enter the new world. Before they get isekai'd.
Yeah, the first I think yes, the second episode they actually flashback or something, but the first episode is like right into the full edge.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she shows up in that episode too, and she's like naked.
So but yeah, he has a whole.
Yeah, it just thinking back to the first episode, I was like, yeah, it came off.
See, the thing is that she is. I guess she is a lolly. She would be considered that, but like since it's a book and she acts so mature, and she is an adult.
It's never
not like
her tiny
it's never
body or anything. Gross
yeah,
like
exactly.
That.
It's not an issue.
Well, that's good. Because
I mean, in some senses, it would be very similar to, like, just like a small, flat-chested woman, right? and you wouldn't necessarily call them a lolly, but you might because it's anime, right?
I would because
But-
of her physical features.
I mean, she
Yeah,
is
I think
she is a
the
vampire, so
the lolly definition comes out anytime something is being made, described, or broadcast in a child form, like with young youth characteristics. So
she is
To me,
eternally
to
she
me,
is
she
eternally
looks like a
youthful.
child, yeah.
she is a vampire. She's eternally youthful, but
gotcha.
they don't describe her like. I mean, especially continuously and ongoing. They never talk about like they often like will refer to her womanly charms
Good.
and stuff. I mean, they go hard for avoiding like leaning into the lolly. She's even when to the point where when he shows her off to some people, right? They don't even comment on her youthful age. They just note that she's like a vampire princess. But
a
like
normal thing
her
for vampires.
and it never felt weird that I'm only noticing now that it's sort of odd that they didn't comment on her apparent age. But that's because they avoid it entirely after it's done being set up. Like it's a complete non-issue for like 99.99% of the series. And again, since it's like all prose, right? You're not getting anything from the description, especially when
I don't really read anything, so that's not how it ever consumed either.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Eto. Gosh, I can't remember his name, but he's really cool. He reminds me of something like, gosh, like the Shadow.
Like the
kind
Shadow
of.
knows, like that kind
Yeah.
of Shadow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're stepping back in time with that one.
Yeah. No, it's funny though, like, and they definitely do it for comedy. Well, he's kind of got, what is it? Arya of the Scarlet Ammo, that protagonist, he's got like kind of that.
Yeah.
But instead of it being related to etchiness, it's related to like combat skill. So like anytime like he starts like really getting serious fighting, his chibbiness comes out. His Shinobi the 8th grader disease.
Chuniness, not as I sounded like you said chibi, but
Yeah, no, I realized I said it wrong. Yeah. Junie. Yeah.
That would be funny though if like when something got more serious, it got more like adorable and cute.
That would be funny, yeah. But no, he's like cursed with like this like 8th grader disease type thing. And so anytime he gets really serious in combat, he starts like acting like a Power Ranger character kind of.
Speaking of Power Rangers, I'm so excited for the new Power Ranger show coming out. We got Loser Ranger is an anime for spring that I am stoked for. It's gonna give conspiracy theorists just even more excitement because it's like the Rangers already beat the baddies but are pretending that they're still fighting them to stay in power.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Honestly, if people making piracy memes took half the amount of time they spend doing that and actually worked, they would be able to afford stuff they wanted to buy or if they don't want to buy.
Well, one of the things. Okay, there are two things that are different about like now. Two big things that are different between now and what do you call it? Like 50 years ago. Is that one? There's far more luxury items that we consider to be commonplace nowadays in households. And second is that housing prices are really just that much more expensive than they have been in the past 10 years, especially. I mean, it's been rising, but, you know,
Oh, for sure.
the cost of housing and renting has gone up significantly, like, you know, like 20% or something of the average income or something.
Cost F vector center locator. Oh yeah, I can just pull this old thing over.
Like, it used to be something like you could afford to rent for like 20% of your income.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like most places you're having to do like 50%. A lot of people are finding that they have to rent 50%
one,
for.
and they were like interviewing people in a grocery store, and they were like, "How much was your first home?" This old lady. She was like, $265. And then it like cuts to someone who's like, at this point, I'm pretty sure that old people are just fucking with us now. They're like,
Yeah.
I just had a bag of marbles I collected at $100, and they gave me a whole house.
Yeah.
Wild.
I just went out to the woods and there was a house just waiting there.
No. So, like, real
just
though,
unplayed.
there were people who used to buy the land for like really dirt cheap and be able to build a house on it.
That is true. That's why we
what
do
was
have
it?
a lot of things.
Something that was commonplace was actually, well, I don't know how common, but it was freely or reasonably available. Is that Sears? You used to be able to pick out a house from Sears, and then they would mail you all of the materials you needed to buy it, including the nails and
Man, but the
fixtures
postman
and everything.
hated lugging that up the driveway.
Well, I'm sure it was in a big box.
Yeah, just like
on a
boxes, you gotta throw them out on the lot.
So the point is though that you used to be able to do this kind of stuff yourself, which would reduce a lot of. I mean, land was cheaper, and then the building materials were cheaper, and you used to be able to build the stuff with instructions yourself. You can't do any of that nowadays. Not realistically.
Yeah, and if you do, they come a knocking.
Yeah. The amount of regulations that you have to pass. I mean, I'm not saying that those places were unsafe, even by today's standards. I mean, they just had like all of the stuff pre-regulated, and and I guess you just if you screwed it up, you were responsible. But nowadays, you can't do any of that. You have to pay for all these inspectors and stuff, and you can't just build a house and maybe it's not okay. Yeah.
If I do less than or equal to while I'm programming, do I put equal to less than, or do I put less than or equal to?
Oh.
I don't know what kind of programming.
Less than or equal to. I'm pretty sure you put the I'm pretty sure you put the
way you would say it.
Yeah.
Mailman delivering your lead pipes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pipe sound effect.
Pong. Okay. And then we do the inner loop. So for auto inner index, and we start that at 0. Colon, we're gonna get inner index if it is less than or
anyone watching what is it? The Beast and the Witch, or the Witch and the Beast, whatever it is.
Oh, I'm
Rob.
still on episode 5. I really like that show, but every time
It's
I have
good.
all the shows up to watch, I just don't click that one.
Yeah.
I don't know
No,
why.
Same. I watched episode 1 and I found it interesting, but apparently not enough to continue.
Okay, for that. Okay.
There's the Death Cheat one. I don't consider to be very good, but for some reason I keep going back to it.
The what?
The guy who has the death power.
Oh yeah, that one's literally the worst show of the season.
Yeah. But for some reason I keep going back. I know it's
I think you
the
just
worst
like
one.
consuming slop.
Nah. I
You're
mean,
just
there's something.
Ari Fretta for like 30 minutes.
No. Ari Fueta, the book is good.
I've heard a lot of people say that about a lot of terrible anime I've watched.
No, like okay, the Familiar of Zero is another good example. The anime is trash compared to the book.
I mean, things
Like-
can be poorly done, but I think a lot of stories just aren't that good without like the extra investment you have from having put a lot of time into reading it.
Did you ever watch or read Claymore?
No, it's a little bit older.
God, I can't believe you just said
Well-
that.
It is.
Uh,
It is.
Yeah.
Didn't Claymore come out like the early 2010s?
so,
I was
anyways,
watching the anime back then.
yeah. No, what is it? Claymore was good
Claymore
because
came out
it
in
had
2007. That's old now, man.
okay. I
That
got
was
married.
bad.
I got
2000.
married in 2005.
Man, 2000s anime is old. You have an old
Great.
marriage.
Had past tense.
Oh,
Oh,
I didn't bring it up though.
No, she went crazy. I got the kids.
hey, you saved them kids.
I did. It was hard. But yeah. Anyways. No, Claymore though. What do you call it? It does the classic ending where they're like, we're not going to make any more, so we'll just wrap up things as best we can now,
Right.
Yeah.
even though it doesn't make any sense. And they changed so much with that ending. Like, and the last 2 episodes basically just fan fiction comparatively. But I felt like what was really cool about Claymore is actually that they set something up. Now, it could have been something that they just did, right? And they weren't like really thinking about it, and they just kind of like, okay, what do we have here now at this point? What is this world that I built? Where can I go? Kind of thing, right? It's not necessarily that it had to have been 100% planned, but considering what existed from the beginning, I feel like he made excellent use of what was there. Or he planned it out very well, one of the two. And that is, are you familiar at all with Claymore?
That's been
Blaine?
a long time. No.
Like the big swords?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well-
I know what a claymore is. I've never watched the series.
No. But the swords are special, and that's part of the point. Is the swords are completely and totally overkill for killing the creatures that they're designed to kill. What was supposedly an anomaly being transforming into like these awakened beasts, right? is supposed to be an anomaly, but the swords are strong enough and perfectly suited for killing these things. And they have been since the beginning. They haven't changed the design at all. So the point is that they set up they discover this, and they the characters, and they research the past and whatnot, and it turns out that they were always knew that this was possible. In fact, they were depending on it, because for everything that goes on in the series and all the land that you explore, that's actually just one island nation, or one, actually more like an experiment island experiment area. There's actually a war going on the mainland, and the Claymores are part of a experimental weapon program designed to fight against this enemy on the mainland.
Oh my goodness!
And all of this is set up subtly, dropping hints throughout the series, until they finally pull it all together and add the pieces, a few pieces that you couldn't have gotten on your own. But all the supporting elements were there from the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds interesting.
Sorry, my brain's just breaking a little bit.
He's trying to code. He can't do
Yeah.
it
No, I get it. I get it.
I think I'm learning.
I think I'm learning. I don't know.
I think
if I'll
I'm
remember
learning.
next time, though.
Yeah. I'm learning with the C++ code in order to generate a 2D array that will load in the tiles.
Yeah.
Looks like. And I'm just really hoping that when I do this, I can get a blueprint on the other end. Because that'd be really nice.
You last night, you didn't have internet.
Correct.
He's
I had no
So
option.
So you didn't watch anything online last night, did you?
No.
Last night, Pippa was teaching somebody how to play mahjong.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of that.
Way to go, Pippa. If you
I
want
think
to,
it's 2 people, not just one as well.
here's one of the easiest ways to learn to play mahjong is right here in my mahjong folder is the efficiency trainer. So you play this and it gives you a hand, and you have to click the tile that you're like, oh, I don't want this tile. So I'm looking at this. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get rid of this 4, and now I got green on that one. Then I got this 6 coming in.
Think they might have been doing this.
Oh yeah, this is the only way to kind of get better. So dropping that 9 was good, but it wasn't the best. And if you pick one that is good, oops. Just shove the 9. Oh, because it was the same one. Okay, there you go. If you choose one that is good, it gives you a big red, and you're like, don't do that. This is the only way I've found to get better at knowing how to build your hands better. And what's nice is they actually they tell you you chose to discard the 9 of circles, which increases your Shanten. You are now further from ready. The most efficient tile to discard, the 1 of characters, results in 9 tiles that can improve your hand. You drew the 7 of circles, and you can just keep following the game. It's great.
But this person, they were trying to teach them. There was a third person who also knew mahjong, and then the youngest person. They were trying to describe how you're supposed to collect tiles and organize them into suits, right? They were trying to use poker terms and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And then she had this girl. She's all started talking about Steve Harvey and talking about how he recommends that people buy 5 suits and 5 shirts, and you can mix them up. together to make different outfits, and it's like, what? It's just like, and like, okay, so do you understand it or not? She's like, no, I don't understand it.
I don't understand that either.
It's Steve Harvey, right? It's wild.
Yeah.
Okay, a blank tile time. Another weird thing about this, I thought you had to like declare all your variables and like your functions and stuff like at the beginning. But like this guy just keeps writing like tile. Like does C++ just like find out what it has to do?
It just knows.
Does
it's
it just
actually
know?
omniscient.
Yeah, no, it
Is it just
define it.
reading what I think? What I need to think?
It's reading your mind.
Yeah. So
I do love that all the VTubers play Mahjong. It makes me happy because anytime I
Yeah.
think about playing Mahjong, I think of a bunch of old Amas like sitting around with their visors in the park.
yeah. No, she was saying like, isn't what was it? Isn't Mahjong like for old Chinese ladies?
100%.
Yeah. And then what was it? Like, well, okay. Because I don't really know. I only sort of know the rules. But they were talking about like something about being like terminal or something.
Yep. So like 1 through 9, 1 and 9 are your terminal tiles because they're the ends.
Yeah, exactly, right. And so she's like started talking about how like, yeah, like if you start playing Mahjong, then it's like having terminal cancer. Like the not Pippa, the other girl who like doesn't understand anything that's going on.
Poor girl.
She's just
He's
yeah.
just
I
throwing
mean,
the world that doesn't make any sense and doesn't get making any more sense by the end of the stream.
no, yeah.
F blank tile info that's down here. Okay.
No, she
I had
like
to watch an entire
she's
season
the she's the kind of person that you can teach.
Mahjong, but didn't play Mahjong whatsoever to learn how to play Mahjong.
Yeah. No, she's like the kind of person that you can teach something and then you move on to the next subject and then you think that they understand that subject, but then when you go back to review the previous one, they've completely forgotten it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Doesn't get it at all.
Yeah.
Okay. So F blank tile info, not infor. Okay. F blank tile info, and then I'm doing the boodles, and I got tile info equals.
I'm at a parking lot and there's like 8 people or something, I swear. Maybe it was as low as 6 and
Having a meth cookout?
No, but they piled into this tiny little Toyota car.
Are you
But, like, okay. I was like, wait, is there more than one car there? No, it's just one. One tiny little car. Okay.
I wouldn't mess with them.
They're all Asian women, so.
Yeah, all the more reason to think they're in a cabal.
And a cabal. Yeah.
Or I guess I should say coven.
Oh, coven. Mm.
Yeah, you know those little granny gangbangers.
Yeah, hip to the wise. Don't was it zodiac, like astrology in general. It's a bad sign.
It's like
if they're into it, it's a red flag. Means run.
Is that your wife was into it?
No, it was a
It would
girlfriend.
be easier to tell.
A girlfriend.
But it was. But she was crazy in a similar way, just not the same. But like no, because I thought it was just a kind of a hobby-ish type thing, right? But it really did turn out to be like like people who like really
All
believe
Satanism?
people who really believe in zodiac, or like they believe in the value of zodiac, like astrology.
Oh yeah. It's not just a thing that they're like, oh, I wonder what this says today. Oh, some lucky numbers. Like,
Yeah, no, it indicates that they have a strong association with an external locus of control,
Yeah.
and
like
that's
they can't
bad.
do it. Yeah,
And that's bad.
not super helpful.
No.
What is it? Act like you have an internal and wait for the external.
Something like that, yeah.
That's my motto for life.
So it's
Okay, let's
not
go ahead and
good.
compile and get back
No,
to the
because
editor.
because then nothing's their fault, right? Nothing is their fault.
Mm.
It kind of turned out that I was sort of dating someone like Amber Heard.
You didn't let her shit on your bed though.
No.
You didn't get to that point.
What? No. I mean, she didn't. She did other crazy stuff. I mean, she threw a fork at me and then blamed me for her doing that. I remember that happened.
Kind of psycho.
Yeah.
Mm.
Again, the external locus of control. So if they're into astrology, it's a red flag. Run
And if you keep running into these
away.
people, I think at some point it's just God trying to tell you need to go the way of the cloth in the book.
There you go. No, I am kind of reached that conclusion a bit.
I am here to
I
tell
am
people about the greatness
done.
of Locke. That's my
There
job.
you go. That's my
my
job.
role in life.
Lock.
Locke. Good
old Locke.
Locke. Nothing beats that.
Voltaire is a nice addition, though.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Voltaire
Because
is one
he's-
of my favorite coffees growing up.
If
Oh,
you
really?
got-
It's just half drip, half cocoa. I used to call it a
Mm.
diner mocha until I went to
I
what's that place called? Dilettante Chocolates used to call it
Let's remake the Simpsons scene where it's just like Bart's like good old Rock. Nothing beats that except with Locke.
yeah.
You would
Good
be
old
Locke.
Locke.
You'd be
Nothing
the
beats
guy
Locke.
with Locke. Good old Locke. Nothing beats that. Who would be going against you? Poor simple
Sargon
Andrew.
with tradition.
Poor simple Andrew. He always picks Locke.
But he's the best.
Or maybe it would be Kidda. Just like poor simple Andrew.
Yeah, there
He's
you
gonna
go.
bring up Locke again. He's gonna start talking about Locke.
Well, there was a recent EFAP highlights clip that was going over. It was EFAP and Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, along with Ryan Kennel. They were going over the no bullshit humor drama, right? And I realized, okay, what is missing from all of this conversation is actually that no bullshit, whether he is formally or informally, he seems to be a neo-reactionary. It explains all of his positions, why he calls EFAP like leftist, because he is so far to the right that anybody who espouses liberal ideals is no different than a leftist.
And we're not even talking like liberal. We're talking like freedom of speech.
Exactly, freedom of speech. Racism. Like, what is it? Denial of race essentialism. Some super crazy basic stuff.
It's like people are not entirely nature.
So the point, yeah. So the point is with no bullshit. Like all of his positions and everything he was asking, and all of like his funny criticisms, right? That he came to, actually makes sense if you think of him as a neo-reactionary.
I think I've never been wrong in choosing who to hitch my wagon to, except for Digibro. But honestly, that was because of anime. That blinded me.
Huh.
'Cause
I don't
just
know who
like
that
me
is.
looking, he goes by Diginay now.
I
You
don't
Those are
never
she, her
watched
pronouns.
Ethan Ralph's slap fight?
No.
Oh, we should bring that up.
Yeah.
I don't think his dick pops out, so it's okay.
No,
Yeah,
no. I'm good. I'm good.
No, there is
Oh.
no penis. You wouldn't be able to
High
see
No.
it.
five foot 3!
You wouldn't be able to see it on the fat folds, anyways.
Yeah. No, I'm good.
This is-
But hey, I got a clip for you though.
That
I'm
was the
dropping.
best thing, though, Jeminar. Is like
It's hilarious.
rights
It
are
is.
gay.
Let me look at.
That was just straight up what No Bullshit said when he went on. There's like, debates are gay. It's like, and Baller's just like, what?
Okay, so hold on.
Because No Bullshit just said that because he was losing. He didn't have any kind of counter argument. He's like, debates are gay. Just throws his hands up.
Yeah. Agreed. Knobs. He is
Hobbs.
Knobs. Yeah. No BS. Knobs.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So I haven't heard anybody talk about him forever.
Yeah, I know. It's like, well, that clip just came up, and I was thinking I might actually go over it tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Because it kind of does explain everything, and everything fits into a case. Because, like, they have this, what is it? They're hyper. Okay, one of the problems that, especially early EFAP had, but even to a certain extent, it still kind of pops up, is people, what is it? Attempting to point out where intersectionality exists. Now, I heard a very interesting analysis of commercials. Is that they like certain was it mixed couples being prevalent in commercials? Like there's a history of this happening, not because they are like ideologically influenced, but because the apparently the marketing departments had their budget slashed, so they were trying to be economical and like, we will try and get the black male, or we'll have a black male with a white female, and then we'll get both demographics interested. We'll get the whites and the females, and the blacks and the males through these two different people that have no overlapping identities, and so we'll just grab everyone with this kind of stuff.
And there just wasn't any pretty black women, so they never got the
Well-
opposite for ads. Is that
Well,
why?
I think that they did, right? But it's still the same. You're having like mixed race, couples, right? And so people
I mean,
are like
for me, generally,
thinking
I
they
pretty
think
much always
that.
remember it being like black guy, white woman.
But yeah, no, it usually is that way. Yeah, no, exactly. It like almost always that way.
It feels intentional.
Right, but like that was the point, though, is that they were going after, like, because what is it? It might have even been a little bit more cynical in that sense that like white women and black males are both impulse purchasing groups.
Yeah.
They have that they have disposable income and are impulsive in a way that black females and white males are not as much compared to the opposite.
I'd say it's probably just white women spend more than white men would be the differentiator.
Yeah. So. So the point is, though, is that EFAP sometimes they don't. What is it? They don't give credit. They're like, they don't say, or like they don't have like a good faith, like a kind of letting them off the hook a little bit kind of thing, where you say like, well, they seem to be tracking this. I think they're wrong. I think for this reason, and this reason, I think they're overreacting, but it seems like they are attempting to arrive at this kind of conclusion. Instead, they'll denigrate that person, like it's a little bit harder for someone like Synthetic Man, because Synthetic Man, they already had, for as far as I know, they already had the information about him being racist and anti-Semitic and such. So So possibly that was coloring it, but they were also still being very dismissive of what he was pointing out. Because
I don't think he's very good at formulating arguments.
I think that you can defend, you can defend these choices, not very well in my point of view, but you can make defenses of these things without insulting someone and just saying, "Wow, you're making a mountain out of a molehill," kind of thing. It's like, yeah, but they made a choice. And it was really good when they pointed out that like the anti-capitalist messaging that was scrawled on the ship was in the first version. I mean, that's important to note.
Oh, thank you, new subscriber.
Like you may have not noticed it before. Hey.
Build errors. Why? Why build errors?
Moons.
I mean, I think you can just like clearly see that Synthetic Man had an agenda.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
I think it's just kind of obvious.
I think that he noticed even like he picked up on this kind of stuff intuitively, not because he had a strong liberal sense like a lot of people, right? And they noticed the illiberalness of it, right? But instead, it's because, he's a racist and he noticed somebody doing opposite racisms. So, that kind of thing. At least that's my theory. Yeah, that's what I've noticed. So he seems to be a racist and he noticed when people are doing the racism, so it makes most sense just to think that his racism is noticing somebody else's racism. Yeah, but like racism in the opposite direction. Still racism, but just
his response to everything though is that the Jews did this because they're racist against white people.
Yeah,
that was his determination based on everything. He's been like second monitor.
So what do you call it though? With no bullshit though, right? He is complaining about intersectionality, right? And that's the thing. It's like when you're hypersensitive, right, to these things, especially when you have an illiberal mindset, right? And you have, he definitely seems to have a race essentialist view. I mean, he was asking Sitch, right? What are you first, white or are you Jewish, right? And so he definitely has like this very race is very real and very important kind of view that is very much illiberal. And I think it's that illiberalness, whether or not it is formally and some kind of reactionary blend of reactionary, it's definitely this right-wing illiberalness that is causing him to see EFAP's liberalness as being a leftist. because they're just way farther left than what he considers to be normal conservatism.
That makes sense. I just realized the person who subscribed, their name is Beto Bezo-san. That's a yokai that follows you.
That's cute.
Until you say, after you, Beto Beto-san, and then it passes you, and it stops following you.
Oh, so not a real person?
No, not a real person. Definitely a yokai.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh! I think
Yokai
this is
Watch was
worth
like the
this time.
strangest show.
Oh yeah, I adored it.
Yeah. What was it like? Because like the show like reinforced that like nothing is ever your fault. It's always some kind of yokai. They even like had a plot point to point that out.
Oh, funny.
Like the yokai butler character, like or step back. The kid character who's learning all about the yokai, he's like, "Oh my gosh, something's going wrong. It must be a yokai." And then the yokai butler was like, "No, no, no. You can't blame all problems on yokai. Some things are just
Gotta fix my
people's
monitor,
fault."
so I don't know if I'll be back. I'm gonna go work on that.
All right, we won't be hanging out for too much longer. I'm not getting any headway on this the way I would like to, so I think I need to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll work on my
Yeah.
monitor stuff. Good night.
Yeah.
See ya.
So night. So yeah, just real quick while you're wrapping up.
Yeah, take your time. Yeah, I'm not rushing out of here. I'm hoping this works.
Yeah.
I just know that when I get to this point where I keep doing stuff and it keeps not doing that,
Mm-hmm.
I need to figure out why.
And so, what is it? Okay. No. The yokai. So the kid is like, "Oh, there's something going wrong. There's some kind of yokai doing something." But he hasn't seen any evidence of a yokai. He just sees the problem, something going wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And then the yokai butler, though, he's like, no. Not everything is caused by a yokai. Some things are just people's fault. Like, things happen. People do things.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it does, like, turn out to be a yokai. And he was just right all along. And it wasn't actually people's fault doing anything wrong. It was like a yokai was to blame. And then the yokai butler like makes a comment on that, and it's like, I don't know if this is the best message for kids. And then even like in the song, they're like, like blame it on the yokai or something.
Oh, funny.
Is in there. It's so very not good. It's very external locus of control.
Yeah, that I was actually just talking to somebody about that today, about the external locus of control and how some people it just happens to them. And like, this is the kind of guy that he works with people like coming out of addiction. So, he's seeing them at their worst locus of control, right? So it's one of those things that, like, I'm sure I've fallen into that throughout my life, but
oh yeah,
it's one of those things that for the most part, when stuff goes wrong, my biggest issue is that I feel like I could have done something better to fix it.
Oh,
So
for sure.
I run into that a lot of the time.
Yeah. No, you wanna have you want to err on the side of it being your fault, because for two reasons. One is that you'll be happier if things are in your control rather than outside of your control, because then you can work on it, you can do something, right?
Oh,
and then
totally.
second is that being productive, I mean, what is it? Outside of like just the general happiness, that general happiness dichotomy, being productive in general, right, is just better. Because, I mean, gosh, I don't know. There's a long term and a short term aspect to this, I guess is what I mean. In the short term, right? If you feel like it's something that you've done wrong and something that you can change, in the short term, you will be happier. And also in the long term, if you just believe that your actions can lead to your success and it's not somebody else's, like you're not at the whims of fate, then long term you will be happier as well, because you will be making a difference in your own life, and you will be tracking the things that you do to make yourself better.
Right, exactly. Because if you say this thing I did and this thing that resulted from that, and you can continually point to those in your life, you'll continually, kind of move towards that direction where more of the time you're doing the right thing to be ready for, the customer to come along or the person to come
Indeed.
along, whatever it is, right? I don't need either of those, I don't think.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get going.
Alrighty. You be safe out there, all right?
You too. Have a good night.
Good night. All right, Windows client compiler. No, I don't need that. I need to make sure that I have the latest SDK, which is 0.18362 or higher. Is like I definitely have higher. Epic Games provides Unreal VS extension for Visual Studio. The extension makes it easier to build UE projects, set command line arguments, batch build products, and so on. You don't need to install this plugin to use Visual Studio, but it does provide some convenient features. Oh, heck yeah. For more information, see Unreal VS extension. It's in the marketplace. Oh, sweet marketplace. Be a thing I can just grab. I'm gonna just install. Was there nothing? Do I already have all of these? Is that what this is telling me? Looks like that's what it's telling me. Okay, so basically for everyone to follow along with me here, modifying Unreal in the C++ code, the way the tile spawner guy wants me to, immediately says, oh, your Unreal project is out of date. And then when I compile, it's like compile it to make it work, and then I compile it, and it's like, nah, it doesn't work. And I'm like, oh, what am I supposed to do? Okay, find the extension of your version. Guide for installing Unreal VS. Extension does not work with Visual Studio Express. It is only compatible with Community, which is what I have. 2022 version. Okay, cool. Find the extension at Unreal Engine root. Engine extras, for example. Wait, I already have it? Unreal VS? VSIX? It's already in my Unreal, folders? Hold on. Night Mexican, night, everybody. We're not going for too long. Let's see. Engine, extras, Unreal VS is already installed. VS 2022. And then run the Unreal VS V6 installer file. Okay, VSIX. Project I want to install an extension to. That's the one. Okay, I'm going to install this extension to Visual Studio tonight. So this will chug away. The other thing that I'm going to do once this is done is I did find a free top-down point and click. And then I found that if all else fails, for $15, I can buy a top-down turn-based strategy game and then just update it so it all looks like the way I want it to look. So worst things worse, I can just take someone else's effort and put all of my own hard work into it to make it a game that people would actually be interested in. But let's take a look if I've got. Now, this might break the stream, so we'll see. We'll see if this is able to come across and load in, then we'll be golden good. But otherwise, have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I'll catch you all next time. Okay, we're in. It's loaded. Let's hit play. What happens? Okay. So I've got a top-down thing, and I can click it. I can click the guy. What can I? Oh, we got full 3D spinny cam. Okay, so here we have the village built. This little 3D thing. Okay. I ran out of food. Play again. How the heck do we run out of food? Oh no, you guys are in the water. You're all gonna water die. Oh no, you're not. You're on the land. Okay. Build. Broskies, I can't build until you. What do I do? Okay. So how do these work? I've got level, which is main menu. So here's the main menu level. Let's play this one. Crop out. We're just zooming it around. Then continue just loads me into the pause. Pumpkins. We have pumpkins, everybody. And you can main menu. Okay, that's nifty. Quit. Confirm. Okay. Village built. It's a data registry. I don't know what that means. I can't open it. What is this? Okay, so in this we have, here's blueprint. Here's our core blueprints. Here is our game mode. So this is BPGM. This is like the main thing that starts the game. Oh, did I just start playing stuff? Weird. How do I edit? Crop out. Oh, are these opening up? But they're in those. Oh yeah, they're in those tiny windows. Where is this tiny window at? Oh, it's right there. Okay, I got it. Why? Why is it like this? Okay. BPGM, you get in there. BP crop out, you get in there. Villager bush built data. Okay, level lighting quality is all that's in that. All right. In the GM, here is everything that makes this. So start. Say we sequence from the start. Set loading screen to animate out. Reset render target. Set up island. Once island has finished building, check if save file exists. If so, load data from save file. If not, being spawning assets. Okay. Add game HUD to screen. Spawn town hall. Create 3 villagers for blah, blah, blah until the index is 2, because 2 is actually the third in the index that starts with 0. Update the villagers. Call update villagers. Update all villagers. Spawn interactables. Okay, so that literally just sort of sets up and launches everything. And these are all of those other ones. So this is how the villager gets loaded in. These are all those other dealies. Crop out GI, gastrointestinal. What does that mean? So that's the game mode. Player is me. I'm going to do this one first. Detect input and call switch event. Input action pressed. Key is gamepad key. Branch. Switch on E input. Okay, so this just detects call key switch. So this just detects which thing I'm using. If I'm using touch or whatever. Okay, that kind of makes sense. What is that all you do? Is decide what that's all this does? Oh, because it's the controller. Okay, but then the pawn is input pin, branch is valid, get overlapping actors. So it's finding any actor that's out there that overlaps with what I'm doing, but specifically with pawn. So I can't click an actor that is a ground, for example. Okay. So movement, I know how to move around. Build mode, update build as villager mode. How does villager mode get? How does that? Villager select. So villager select. Here's the event graph. Here's what I want. Okay. So villager mode. Enhanced input action IA villager. Event for when villager input action output is valid. Okay. Single touch position check. Check if villager is selected. Get player controller, add, send overlapping actor to villager and trigger action. Remove mapping context. Get object, create spawnable. Oh my goodness. Check if it's the closest. Villager selected, start template. Oh yeah, they don't, it doesn't look like they have a click and go anywhere in this. Okay. All right. Well, that'll be fine. Everyone, have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I'll catch you next time. Kampai.